Woo! Oh, so much fun. Here we go. Yay! I love streaming! Hey everyone, and welcome back to the world of Evindale. Today, Monday Mapping with Mira. Hi Mira. Hi honey. Hello. How are you, hon? You know, I just realized something. I've been playing about a half an hour's worth of music and it never made it out to the stream. So I think that we've already fulfilled the need for technological issues, and that means that we can now have a full stream without any kind of issues. Now I already am. So. Yes, I'm gonna get some background music in here by let's see, should we have tabletop audio? Yes, so we're gonna have tabletop audio today. Man, I really I need somebody like on this team who is comfortable in saying, reaching out and saying, hey, you know, we use your products. Would you like to sponsor us and throw us a link? It'd be really helpful. Hold on here, let me. Yeah, because that's not me. That's not what I do. All right, let's see what this is. A little bit of music. There we go. Cool, awesome. And let me pull up our fantastic. Hey. No? Hold on. How about now?
How about now? Can you guys hear me now?
Damn it. And here I am boasting that no more technological issues because I'm an ass. Yeah, they should be able to hear you now because I can see your levels. Yeah, good. There you go. Whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Okay.
Thanks, Kath. Hey, Caffeinated, I will have you know that Mira, I was streaming on Discord before and I was playing Civilization 6. Civilization 6 allows us to invade England, more specifically the Newcastle area with some Scandinavian raiders from the Viking Age.
So Steve was the one invading, but I was totally encouraging it.
And it was this morning too. Oh, did you catch that? Did you see that stream? It was like at like 7 a.m. your time. Yeah. So that's what we were doing there. Anyway, so today is this barren area known as Cultrek. The entire city, or excuse me, the entire country itself is actually one of the smallest within all of Evindale, on the continent of Evindale. And it's also one of the more unique. I had written something up just earlier. That's not what I wanted. Where is my thing? Hold on, let me pull up Discord here. There we go.
Steve lost his thing.
I'm constantly losing my thing. It's like, I just have to keep this crap in a jar. So, yeah. So here's what we have. Cultrek is a seeming exercise in extremes. No town or village within the country has a population over 2,000, but its great walled port capital boasts over 1.75 million. Its barren landscapes to the north provide little in terms of agriculture, but the fertile fields and hunting grounds of the south can feed the entire nation 2 times over. Within the capital's walls, strict laws prohibit any action that may result in the harm of another, yet the infamous black market outside its gates engages in some of the most heinous, violent, and legally permissible crimes against its citizenry. The entire country serves at the pleasure of a secular imperial line, yet a single theocratic premier of any god, including evil deities, is elected once every 5 years to oversee the country. It stands as a center of education, science, magical studies, and merchant guilds, while its populace counts as some of the most ignorant and illiterate people. Perhaps as a matter of course, Cultrek also stands as a hub of adventure, given its promotion of mercenary guilds and to the far east of the country, which is still home for some of the world's most craven monsters. Welcome to Cultrek. Today, my entire plan is by the end of the stream to map out the whole country, which is quite frankly only this section here. It really is not huge. It's maybe 120, 140 miles from west to east, and maybe about the same in from north to south. I hope to get in some of the mountains and other things like that, where a lot of the old monsters that have been cast out of civilization and really forced out to the perimeter. All of that will be you will be able to see some of their homes, and certainly in the past 2 Friday games, you have seen some of the creatures that can exist, and even on Tuesday games, you can see some of the things that still exist within Cultrek. There is all of the towns and the villages are really kind of on their own when it comes to this. So we're going to see a whole smattering of villages and towns that have kind of brought together unification, while the government tends to concentrate on its massive capital. Mira, do you have any ideas of where you're going today with this?
Kind of. I want to give a try on what we were talking about. I think on last time I was visiting you, which I don't remember when. It was a few days ago now. But yeah, anyway, we were talking about it, and it's been kind of running around in my head a little bit, and I think I got a grasp. I want to do some warm-ups before I hit that one.
Yeah, you know? Absolutely. So what we are talking about is a city not quite as large as New York City, of course, but we are looking at some that during the Dark Ages, or even during the Middle Ages, you would have seen cities have a maximum population of maybe 200,000 people, according to a basic stat that I just looked up. So at something at 1.75 million, you're looking at a tremendous city that even when viewed at a distance is just going to be sprawling across the landscape. The city itself is a concentrically walled city. The walls themselves stand, how many meters high did we say, Mira?
Oh, was it 11?
It was like 11 meters high, which is, hold on. Yeah, you're looking at 36 foot tall, 36 to 40 foot tall walls. And all of them are concentric with a keep somewhere just north of center, where the Imperial line and the Premier call home. It is incredibly defensive, or rather its defensive abilities are rather remarkable. Being a port city, this entire thing, you can't even see the city from the water unless you go to the little bit to the northwest, which is what the introductory graphic was. Here you'd be able to see that the city has definitely some religious influences on it, given that it is a theocratic government under an imperial line. The architecture is absolutely amazing. The walls are immense and thick, and the entire area, the entire city is just an adventurer's home. There are taverns there, like on Tuesdays. You'll see the party. I think they base their adventures out of the Adventurers Inn, the Adventurers Inn. It's just named that. It's been named that for a while. As far as the history goes, Cultrek as a country was settled initially by Iberian settlers. Ivari, of course, is way out to the west, but they had followed through to the north here. And I'll show you like what we're talking about here. Come here, you. Move down. So you're looking at a people that had come from about here, from western Ivari, ended up coming in over the Slendery Kingdom, coming down this river here, and then finally settling into this as they have begun to explore in the middle of the Third Age. By the end of the Third Age, and we are now in about 5,800 years into the Fourth Age, to give you an example of how much time has passed, Cultrek by this time is already about 6,000 years old. However, the city itself, the current walls and whatnot, are nowhere near that old. This city has been raided and sacked so many times, and that led to the concentric walls. Initially, the walls were just built up entirely around the imperial keep, or at that time what was a king or some kind of a ruler. And then over time, crafters and other people had started spreading out from this massive city. And this city, by the way, I understand that typically on these maps, you slap down a castle or something like that on a map, and you have to be able to see the castle, and therefore it's not to scale. This is one of the few where the symbol is actually to scale. This is representing a walled city with a shanty town outside of it. that spans about 3 miles from west to east. The actual walled city itself is not 3 miles. It's more like about 1 mile, 1.5 miles from west to east, and quite a hefty distance spanning the river that you see here that divides that particular hex. So Cultrek itself has just been built up over the course of time to have increasingly just concentric walls built around it. And as a new wall went up, it encased the villages that were on the outside of it. And those villages eventually turned into districts. So at various points throughout the history of Cultrek, we have seen very delineated districts: a clothing district, a crafter's district, a pottery district, the guilds, the library guilds and scholars district, and this, that, and the other thing. Today, Cultrek is so massive that they just built up apartments and flats and all sorts of things within the city, building up vertically as well as horizontally. So Cultrek itself, while not as large as the city of Avar, as far as the walls go, as far as the actual footprint goes, it is actually much larger than Avar population-wise. Avar is, of course, the capital of Iveri, way out to the west, and it is a beauty to behold. It's an architectural genius. However, much of the city is the artwork, and surely the Distinel itself takes up a vast amount of space. So Avar does have its towns and villages and other stuff like that on the outside. However, this is a little bit different. This we have, let me open up this player so we know that this thing is going to loop. There we go. Cool. Come here, you. Loop. There we go. So Avar just kept adding on and continues to add on. There are some who believe that the imperial family line that oversees Cultrek is really just out to encase the entire country. So we don't know where this place is going to be in like 10,000 years from now, like well into the 7th age. We have no idea, but we'll have to see. In the meantime, today I'm going to start off by encasing this in a border, so we have a much better understanding as to what exactly the boundaries of this country are, and then we'll be switching over to Mira after her warm-up. So that's where I'm going. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, please, by all means, ask. And in the meantime, this stream, as well as all of the others on this channel, are brought to you by our fantastic partners on Patreon, our patrons who have graciously given in order to keep the stream alive. And I'd like to say hi to Laurel, of course, and Tony Pace, Dave Ryan, Madeline, Frank, Becky, Maya, our own Maya. Thank you so much. Anthony Colon, Mike Pott, and Kevin Little. Again, guys, thank you so much for keeping the stream alive. And if you'd like to join, check out patreon.com/Evindale in order to keep us going. So thank you. In the meantime, let's get back to the stream here. Let's see what we have. Thank you, Kat, for putting up that link. Appreciate it. So, back with coffee just in time. Zero, what do we have here? You having a stream at 160p. Your internet is even shittier today than usual. Oh no! Oh no! And I knocked it down to 30 frames per second just for you. Oh, and you're going down 160. Oh man! Dude. Well, thank God. Well, actually, today is, yeah, that's right. Mondays are definitely more visual. So, yikes. Alrighty, let me get the boundaries of this going and see where we are. So, we start off with Southern Cultrek down here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's about 120 miles. That's about right. Okay, so neat little feature that you guys have not seen me use before within WonderDraft, which is a program I use to map stuff. It is this feature right here. These are country borders. It's actually pretty cool. I'm going to turn them on so you'll be able to see it. The color of Cultrek, their national symbol, is closer to the Evindale gold, kind of like a marigold, but a little bit on the yellower side. So kind of a gold. We're going to go about here, and let's see if we can get this going. There we go. So this is a neat little feature I really, really like. They don't enforce their border too much on the waters because this is a major trade city. It's the only one that has access outside of the Nudrio capital. It's the only one that really has access to the waters of the north. So a lot of eastern trade comes directly up here. The second largest trade city is all the way down to the south, which is Pundesh, which is the capital of Tala. That port city is also large. It's a little bit more spread out than Cultrek is as far as the actual footprint goes, but it too also has shanty towns. But it's nowhere near as populated. And then this just pretty much goes straight across. It claims the areas of that inland sea there. Comes up, grabs the water, and byways in here. This is what Cultrek uses to, in order to travel up to the north by about 50 miles or so. So let me, and this is going to stop right about in here. And this is before it gets into Nudrio territory. So that is that's Cultrek right there. Alrighty. My goal today is to map this whole thing out. I know, I typically spend so much time talking that I completely forget to actually get shit done. So let's see if I can do that today. Alrighty, where are the mountains? Let's go with that first. Do we have any? Yes, of course we do.
Of course we got the mountains.
Of course we have mountains. Oh, but my scale is off. Hold on, let me get my scale back down to where it should be. There we go. So these are the smaller hills and mountains in this area. Let me refer back to some older maps so I know what the hell I'm doing here. Oh, let's see. Overland maps. Where are some of the older ones? All right, so this is one of the older... Yep. The Eternal Imperial State of Cultrek. So here we see that this whole area is just lined with mountains. All right, so both to the west and to the east. Not too much actually going down here. Ooh! Ruins. There are ruins just outside of that, that town that you guys were in, Mira, on Friday.
Ooh!
There are ruins there, so I'm going to have to make sure, you know what? Let me get those in there right now, so I don't forget those. Because invariably, I'm going to come across some paper somewhere that's an adventure. I'm going to want to use that adventure in a game somewhere. And then on the map, I will have completely left out the ruins. So, all right, let's see what we have here. There we go. This is probably, these ruins are probably going to harken back to right around the time of the founding of Cultrek, so about mid-Third Age. But what would they have been? Yeah, that's possible. We can say that that's there. Let's see. That's about right. Maybe a little smaller. Yeah, a little bit bigger. So symbol scale 10. Yeah, unfortunately with my symbols, I'm all over the freaking place. Alrighty, let's see if we can get this going here. And we would definitely toss in some hills. Okay. And some larger mountains in this area. Just a little bit. What would have carved this? Definitely I'm thinking that this would have been more of almost a canyon. That a river would have carved this area out. Kind of make that a little bit tight. In which case, I'm going to want some water coming in from the mountains. And showing almost fjord-like. Considering that it would have been well, fjords are more glacial valleys that got flooded. So let's just go with something that feeds that. That's going to come straight down to the sea. Let me redo that. And let's see here. These are definitely going to come in right through here. Make these small little rivers that drain right into this from the hilly regions. And we'll fill in those hills a little bit to substantiate so much water. One of the things I'm just beginning to learn about map making is I have to forgive myself. So while the mountains and the symbols and whatnot are not exactly to scale, one of the things I've noticed about fantasy maps is the absolute absence of rivers. So it's like people don't really include. I mean, they're there, obviously, you know, major rivers, and because then you can travel inland on boat and what have you. But rivers themselves tend to be just these kind of forgotten little detail.
Interesting.
Yeah, take a look at some fantasy maps. You're not going to notice too many.
And rivers are so darn important too.
Well,
know?
of course. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Here, let me like pull up the famous Tolkien map.
Yeah, I know. Like entire cities based on a river.
Yeah.
Because that river is there. That's why we have a city here now.
Oh, of course. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So let's take a look at a. This is a map from the website The One Ring. There's no contention of copyright, obviously, but let me grab this. Pop this over here. All right. So if we take a look at this, there are rivers here. But it's more borders and mountains. You'll notice, like these large lines here are absolutely rivers, and he brings them in from many locations. So here he's showing all the major rivers. But you take a look at some other fantasy maps, you're not going to see them. And Tolkien's maps, let's see, what is this? Did he ever post a scale here? I don't know if he ever did. Let me see. I don't know if there is a scale on this. This is one of the few where you will see it. I don't see a scale on this map, so I honestly have no idea. That's actually pretty cool. There's actually, I have to correct myself. I thought Tolkien's did not have as many rivers, and then I take a look at all of the areas. Here, let me bring this up. I take a look at all of the areas south in Gondor, and look at these rivers. Man, they're all over the place, from like Minas Tirith. Man, that's fantastic. I never noticed that. I stand corrected. Yay, I'm very happy about that. Okay, however, you know what? I'm going to shut up because I may not know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. I don't know if that was... Let's see. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think you should shut up because that's kind of... Your talking is like 90% of the stream.
All right, fair. Fair.
So don't do that, please. That's like then it's a way too much pressure on me, and I can't do that.
No, you can't do that? Okay.
No, I can't do that.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, don't put me in that situation.
Okay. All right, fair enough. In the meantime, let's get in some rivers here. Come on, little river. Yeah, no one may even notice these little things here.
I'm going so much out of my comfort zone with this.
What are you doing?
It's I just got assigned this huge building to draw in 5 minutes, and for a moment I was like, I'm gonna skip this one. I'm gonna go to something easier. I was like, no, let's just do it. Let's dare to suck. Dare to suck.
There you go. Fuck your fears. Dare to suck. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's like I still have fears when it comes to drawing, even after like 27 years of drawing. I still sometimes
oh my
get
god,
scared.
yeah. It's like I have no idea if I'm actually going to complete this freaking map today, considering how it could be laborious just to get all these trees in here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh man, it's gonna take freaking forever. But
yep, dare to suck.
yeah, like I want to today, by the end of today, I want to finish this thing off, sign off on it, and then put it up on Patreon, because I've been lax on that, and I want to get more maps out. I really want to get a lot of maps out. So it's like I can't be doing that anymore. All right, I'm going to turn this off so we have a little bit more of a natural color just for a moment. All right, cool. Okay, let me start. I'm going to start off by putting in some of the smaller towns. So once again, the towns of Cultrek don't really have anything more than a couple of, like, maybe 2,000 max. Most of the traffic, especially in the east, is halted by monster activity, by creature activity. And that's more... I wouldn't exactly say that it is by imperial mandate that the lands of the eastern Cultrek are really meant just for adventurers, but it certainly seems that way because they don't send any kind of militia that way. Out to the west, this area right over here, all of this, these forests and whatnot are protected. Much of the stone of Cultrek had come from the surrounding areas. And for those of you that have watched the Tuesday game, you'll notice this little rocky outcropping. Oh, hold on, let me get rid of this thing. You'll notice this little rocky outcropping. That is where the party actually is, about an hour out of Cultrek itself. The Friday game, likewise, come here, you. Come on. The Friday game was over here in Evindale, in this little farming community there. Much of this in reality is agricultural from the really for the south. So we're looking at filling all of this in with farmlands and what have you. This area here is almost contested by the folk of southern Cultrek, along with Cultrek itself, but they've never had a war at all. They kind of coexist. Matter of fact, many of the farmlands of southern Cultrek down here are really for they're kind of protected by southern Cultrek, because through those lands come all of the trade, and southern Cultrek, if those trade lines from the north get cut off, southern Cultrek misses out on a lot of monies. So those lands are also patrolled and protected by southern Cultrek. Alrighty, let's see where we're at. Let me get my thingy up here. Come here, you. Where's the stream? Streamy streams. Here we go. Sosa. Hi, Steve. Hi, Sosa. You are awesome. So are you. So are you, hon. Sleepy Demon Raid. Prepare to take a nap.
Sleepy Demon Raid. That is so Sosa.
Oh, shit. I just saw this. Sosa has raided with a party of 23. Hi, guys.
Wow.
Hey, that's fantastic.
Welcome, welcome.
Yes. Just Rich. Hi, Just Rich. Sosa friends coming in. Neon Black Bats. Hi. Let's see, who else do we have here? Well, we had Caffeinated and Sosa. Walter Hosking, I saw that you had joined us earlier on. And thank you so much for following. I believe I saw you follow before while we were setting up the stream. Thank you so much for that if you did do that. Caffeinated, Nightbot. Not Nightbot, we don't talk to because Nightbot doesn't listen. Let's see. Yeah, I tried to get attention with the biddies. Yeah, I see that. Let's see. And thank you so much for those bits, Caffeinated. Let's see. This looks like such an interesting concept for a stream. Never seen anything quite like it. Nice. Awesome. So, Just Rich. Evindale, the channel, is dedicated to a fantasy setting and all the things that take place, whether it is world building, which take place on Mondays, adventures, which take place on Tuesdays and Fridays, like actually part of Pathfinder 2E streams. There are a couple people that have expressed an interest in holding games like D&D 5e as well. That will also take place on this. But by and large, Evindale is, as it turns out, kind of turned into something of a community of artists and gamers and just all sorts of awesome people. So Sosa, as you saw, is an artist. She's been illustrating some fan art.
Quite a lot, actually.
Quite a lot. Yeah, I know. So is Caffeinated, Laxus, and others. And it's absolutely amazing to see them contribute to the visuals of what this world is based on what they have heard or even their own imagination. So it's fantastic. It is. Yeah, Just Rich. The short version is I was introduced to D&D in 1977, so I'm like 5 minutes older than dirt. And I was down in the city, in New York City, which is where I come from. And we were there. A friend of my mom's at the time had some kids. I never knew these kids, but they knew all about, hey, thanks for the follow. They knew all about, or at least had started to be introduced to Dungeons & Dragons. And so we went to the store in New York City, which is still there. It's called The Complete Strategist. And there I was introduced to my very first DM. And actually, it wasn't my DM, it was a DM. And this guy came out and he was like, he handed a business card over to this woman whose children were very interested in D&D, and I was along for the ride. I didn't know anything. I was just with my mom, who was with her friend, and her friend had kids, right? So this guy hands a business card over and says, hey, you know, if you're ever looking for a D&D party, and she's like, what is that? And it's like a Dungeons & Dragons party. And the kids were interested, but apparently the mother didn't even know about it. And he was like, so you get some like pizza and soft drinks, and then we hold an adventure playing this new game called Dungeons & Dragons. And I'm sitting here like, wait a second, what is this game about? And then the guy began to explain it. I'm like, I don't know, when was I was like 11, I was 10 or 11 years old. Mm-hmm. So skip ahead a number of years. And from 1977 to 1981 or so, I really invested in this whole premise of bringing fantasy worlds to life. And while the fantasy setting with Greyhawk, I think, had already been released, and I definitely saw what a world could look like, I had already started designing some maps. And the maps in this case were like, first I started off, my father had a lot of architectural friends. So I was influenced by that, and I started drawing some stuff. Matter of fact, I started drawing some stuff that here's the only damn surviving map. This is a sad story that you can find out about up on the Discord server. But this is the only surviving graph paper map with original illustrations on it of a place that existed somewhere. And then I started developing a city into which I could put that tavern. And then I needed a world into which I could then, or a country and a world in which I could put that city. So the short or long is I've been developing this world since 1982. It is highly developed. There's been not consistently developed, of course. I lost a lot of it due to what I'll call the purge. You can find out about the details of that later. But I lost a lot of it in the 80s, and then just started holding games. And as people were going through the world, I started writing down the details I was telling them. And over the course of time, players like you, if you do play, or other people, etc., and me, we just started getting this whole world together based upon the descriptions or the answers I was providing people as they asked questions or wanted to know what they saw. So that's it. So yeah, this is called the world of Evindale. Is it's an ever-growing. I mean, it's freaking massive. So there's a lot of history and a lot of lore and a whole bunch of other crap. And only recently, like within the past 2 years or so, have I actually had the balls to really publicize it. So while it's well detailed, it's not very well documented because I never stored the information with the purpose of sharing it with others outside of a game. So from October 2016 to October 2018, there was one playtest LARP and another one that ran for 2 years, and so Evindale has now seen a streaming community, a fan art community, live action role playing games, a small con. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. It's awesome, and it's mainly awesome because the people that are involved in it, people like Sosa, yourself, and others. So there you go. Yeah, you can totally join the server, please. Just earlier I was streaming a Civilization 6, so it's not only this fantasy world, and we have like a meme channel and a whole bunch of other shit. So yeah, you're more than welcome. Such a nice way to incorporate your community. Follow for sure. Thanks, Rich. Yeah, I just saw that. Thank you, Just Rich. Really appreciate it. Gotta say too, Just Rich loves it when it's obvious that streamers are doing it for something that they're truly passionate about. I'm definitely getting that vibe here. I hope so. Certainly it's true that, during the pandemic, I come from a background in theater, theater acting, and as a professional actor and stage manager down in the city. So I've always had this theatrical thing going on, but it's never been something that has yielded tremendous pay. Even when I was in the union, it kind of got me going on some stuff, but it never really did anything. When I started to stream, just because I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to create a map and I'm going to tell a story and see if anybody listens. I started initially streaming on Facebook several years ago. And then I was like, you know what, man, I don't have any players around here. It's like I had one campaign going, and then I was like, man, I want to branch out. I want to get more people that I know. And I knew a couple of players who I gamed with in the past, Madeline and Kevin, who are part of the Tuesday night game right here on Twitch. And
I love Madeline and Kevin.
they really are awesome people. They truly, truly are. One night, I believe, was it raining? I forget. I don't think it was raining. But we were inside of a tent, and we were camping. And many of us have worked at or have visited Renaissance fairs. In this case, the New York Renaissance Fair in Tuxedo, New York. And as actors at that show, we camp out over the weekends. And we have this nylon tents and other stuff like that. Mine was fairly large. I was jonesing for a game. And this is like 2012, 2011, whatever it was. And Madeline and Kevin and one other gentleman by the name of Joe Genosi, we got together in my tent, and I just led them through a quick little one-shot. Well, I remember that one-shot and the awesomeness of it. Joe would later come on to be a DM at the aforementioned con, if you will. It's called MCon. It's like 20 people. It's nothing. So when I say con, I'm talking a rented room somewhere. So So skip ahead to March 2019. I decided, you know what, screw it. I want to play remotely with people. We started streaming on Facebook. Then we moved to YouTube. Then we moved to Twitch and Facebook, multi-streaming there. Then we got affiliate status on Twitch, and affiliate status on Twitch means that you're not allowed to stream anywhere else at the same time, or at least have the same program streamed simultaneously with another platform. So we went exclusively to Twitch on or about February 4 this year, and the channel has just been growing since. Meanwhile, Mira over here, hi honey.
Hi.
Mira and I, we met in 2016. We started dating in November 2017. Lo and behold, she's an artist. We met at the Renaissance Fair as working, and then I found out that she was an artist. And recently, she started to illustrate some stuff for Evindale. And then we were like, wait a second, why don't we have a Monday stream? Because she had already started up her own stream, Mira Smula, which hold on, I want to see how long it takes for a mod to put that up. I mean, I could do it here. I know that there's a 4-second delay. Yeah, all right. I just popped it up.
I love that this is a competition. Who can do a shout out first?
It totally became that. And Caffeinated was right on top of it. Was so excited. Typed it in, and then a whole bunch of typos. So it's really unfair because that 4-second delay. It's like I can do it before you guys even hear the prompt. So I have to. You fluffed it.
So funny.
So Mira had started. Yeah. So honey, you started up your own stream. When did you start your stream?
Oh gosh, I did some test runs last year, but that wasn't really. I was just test streaming, but I went serious with it when my job got paused due to the pandemic. It's like I didn't lose my job. I'm still hired, but there's just no work.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it's freaking awful.
Yeah.
So both of our jobs, whether it was the 9 to 5 or her who travels the nation as an artist, we were put out of work because the pandemic had shut down all sorts of outdoor destination events, Renaissance fairs, festivals, concerts, amusement parks, zoos, museums, you name it. We were involved in it. Boom, out of work.
Yep. So I was like, okay, well, I better start this streaming stuff. And I was planning on sculpting, but because of finances and shipping and all that, I don't have any clay.
Yeah.
But I do have Photoshop.
And so you decide to stream. When did you? Walter, it is Pathfinder 2nd edition. I come from an AD&D. I come from the blue box background. When it was basic, and then in 77 or so, AD&D was released, and that's really what I was playing. After 3.5, I moved to 3.75, aka Pathfinder 1st Edition, and then August last year, we moved our Pathfinder 1st Edition game on that streams still on Tuesdays to Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So we adopted the new system. We really, really like it, and so far that's it. But I'm not adverse to any other gaming system. Whatever happens to work, and most people have fun in. Sorry, honey, what were we saying?
No, I agree. System doesn't really matter. What's important is that you have fun and you get to RP and hang out with your friends. Yeah, 100%. Like my favorite system is Fudge Fate system, but no one plays it. Which is fair. It's okay.
Except one streamer. You mentioned a streamer here on Twitch that plays Fudge.
Yeah, but not online or anything, She's we were just totally nerding out. It's like, there's another Fudge GM out there. But yeah, I've been actually thinking about that lately, if I should run some campaigns in the Fudge system and see how I can adopt Evindale into the Fudge system.
Oh shit, that'd be fantastic. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Let me know if I can help you out in any way, shape, or form. That'd be fantastic.
It's still just a thought.
Well, maybe just a thought, but nonetheless, I'm freaking honored that you would even think about that. So thank you.
Yeah. No, I think it could be fun. Oh, look at me go!
Well, hold on. Let me switch over to you. Let's see what you
Look at me go!
Look at you!
I am so proud of myself right now. This is like, I feel I've really developed lately in my speed paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
done. Yeah, fantastic. that's so. Part of the challenge that we have both faced. I'm not an artist in the traditional sense. I'm more of a storyteller. So I use programs like this, WonderDraft, that allows you to rapidly create, even though I'm not rapid. So it allows you to infinitely faster than what I typically do, which is like a Photoshop, and then I do topographical maps with mountains and other stuff. Mira has been illustrating, and you've had your own challenges. What kind of challenges have you had? And even though you've been doing it for 20 years, you kind of got a little bit rusty. And then what's your story?
So I started out as a painter and drawer and doing drawings and stuff like that. I've done big stuff, small stuff, different things, but I never really saw myself as an artist. I felt there was this title that just got like put on my head, and I was like, everybody was like, oh yeah, this is the artist of the family, and I'll be like, that's a very big. I don't have any degrees. I just make paintings. Shut up, guys. And it wasn't until I got hired to do art full time where I kind of like, not everybody can do this.
No.
This is like I suck at paperwork. I don't know how to connect electric stuff. I hardly know how to install an AC in my home. But art, I know this is what I'm good at, and that's why I'm starting to embrace it actually. And I have not seen myself as an artist until the last like 4 or 5 years, but I have done art for 27.
And how has streaming impacted that for you?
Having a community and having more than 2 other people in my life doing art is really making a big difference. And seeing other people's strengths and weaknesses, learn from them, sit and watch them, take techniques from them, see what I would totally do different than they do, and then see like, oh, this is actually something to it. And sometimes people come and ask me for help, and sometimes I ask them for help. Twitch is so supportive and inclusive, and a lot of you guys are in the stream, and you know who I'm talking about. So, yeah.
Walter, I'm not ignoring you. I want to stay on topic. I definitely want to hit what you're talking about when it comes down to the systems. Sosa says, this is a struggle I'm having. Somehow, since I've never been paid for a piece, I struggle with the title of artist, assuming. But yes, you make art, so you weren't Artist Steve. Okay, so it's true. I have picked on you. However, that's more. It's totally true. However, that's a pay it forward. It was Mira over here, a conversation that you and I had, my love, that was about a year ago or so. Was it about a year ago? Yeah.
No, I think it was. I think this is a pretty old conversation. It's just been taken many forms.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
So you and I have had a conversation where I'm sitting here and I'm hand drawing maps, or I'm using Photoshop to create a map, or I'm telling a story, or what have you, which is really what I do. That I use a game to tell a story, and that there's a world setting, to me, is one and the same. I love the mechanics of a game, and more importantly, I quit professional theater so that I could act at Renaissance fairs, which are not union gigs anymore. They used to be, like the New York show used to be union, but there's no contract that really handles a combination of outdoor theater and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I really hate the concept of a fourth wall. To me, stories should always be interactive. It should always be a community or team event. So it was Mira who convinced me that no, storytelling is the oldest art form. You suck at managing yourself as an artist, but you are in fact an artist. And I was like, God damn it, she's right. Holy crap, she's absolutely right. And that's why there are professional managers and agents and other things like that, because the artist is supposed to just do art. So Sosa, the reason why I say that it's okay if you call yourself one is because that's what you are. Whether or not you sell makes no difference. And think about this. I know you know this on a logical level, and this goes to me as well. So me saying this out loud is really a reminder to myself and to people like me, which is you and others, many others, how many artists only became famous and would have become wealthy posthumously. How many? How many people actually had noble patrons, as opposed to something like a writer like Shakespeare, who did have noble patrons, Christopher Marlowe, who was friends with Walter Raleigh. Many artists die penniless. So whether you get paid for it, what you're trying to do is just do the same thing I am, which is If I'm getting paid for it, somebody must like it. Therefore, I am now validated, and and I can consider myself an artist. No, the reality is we are, whether we die penniless or not. It's an attitude. It's a life. It's whether or not this is your passion. Create. Never fucking stop. I stopped for close to 20 goddamn years, and I resented every single decision I made during that time when it came down to me not wanting to create art. So, by all means, it's I may be getting all preachy right now, but you're an artist, honey. You really, truly are. Your husband supports it. The community supports it. You have followers that support it. Think about them. And by the fact that they
think about us.
Think about us. Yeah, yeah. Fuck you. It had nothing to do with you. It has all to do with us. No, I mean, but you understand what I'm saying. So to me, wine is drinkable art. Zero, you're my new best friend. So it's true. Wine is an art. Winemaking, brewing, other things like that. There are so many different forms. If you think about it, art is something subjective.
And it can be in a bottle.
It could be it absolutely could be in a damn bottle. Alrighty.
I have a friend, and we like to drink wine together. The thing is that I am not very refined. I enjoy a good bottle of like nice wine and stuff, but most of the time it's like, just give me a bottle with some red in, and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And so when we go to buy wine together, I always look at the prettiest label because I'm interested in the artwork on the label. And he thinks I'm absolutely hopeless. And this is an argument we have almost every single time we hang out. I want a pretty label. He wants a good wine.
It's that's an unfair characterization only because it's not all the time. It's more like 99% of the time. So let's be realistic.
Yeah, well, you're not that friend. I know you have a little bit more refined taste than I do.
Refined just simply means that I have had experience and paid attention to my palate. That's all. I don't know shit about wine. You asked me about Italian wines. I could say that some are red and some are white. I could tell you that I like...
Clever.
Well, that's my knowledge of them. I could tell you a little bit more about French wines, but that's... Oh, excuse me. I'm drinking carbonated soda, so
me too.
I'm getting very, very burpy. But I know about French wine simply because that's what I was introduced to for cooking. I started off in French cuisine and rapidly moved over to other things after I realized I ain't got the time for this. So, but the wine education kind of stuck with me, and then I just moved over. Ironically, to Italian cuisine, for which I use French wines, or with which I use French wines. So,
do you want to see my warm-ups?
What you got?
I got so much weird shit.
What do you got?
Okay, let's see here. Okay, dun da da da. 30 seconds.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's Colosseum. Yes.
30 second. Yes.
Yeah. A log cabin.
Yes. There, it was horses outside, but I did not draw them because I only had 30 seconds.
Okay, all right, fair. A beach with waves. The white are the waves. The crit. Yes.
Yes. I'm getting better.
You are. Yeah. Last time I was like, oh, that's a beehive, and she's like, no, it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, Steve. Desert with a palm tree having some fronds coming in the upper left, and mountains in the background.
Yes, the desert, the palm trees. I just ran out of time. It's going to be clouds, but that's okay.
Okay, but those
are close.
Those are now palm trees. Those are happy
okay,
palm trees.
Okay, this one.
Accents. Oh, this is a torture device.
So close.
Or it's a house on fire.
Wow, you're so close.
It's a beehive.
No, it's a bridge with a waterfall in the background.
So what else you got?
This one. You should totally match with it.
So this is a, wow, this is, okay, so that's a tree that has almost fallen off of a hillside. As a matter of fact, it's already pretty much uprooted. I could see that. I mean, that's very obvious. But there's also water coming down. I'm going to say that this is an avalanche. So it's not water, it's snow. Only because the white is there and it's such a steep angle.
Oh yes, that's totally it.
What am I looking at?
It's a bridge. It's a bridge with water underneath the bridge.
It is. That's water on a 45-degree angle, honey. That's fantastic. Congrats on defying physics. Go on.
Also 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, I love it. We're in a great mood today, so we're picking on each other. This is a pond with lily pads in it.
Yes.
All right, and that's a lotus.
It is a lotus. On the left side. I know the leaves kind of looks like Pac-Man, but that's okay.
No, but those are lily pads, and then there's a lotus. I recognize that because I used to play Magic the Gathering. I was introduced to what a lotus looks like because I had the black lotus card. All right.
Cool.
What else?
I even got one fish in.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
I thought it was a logo for an airplane company. This is a bar.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
This is a mountain with white toupees.
Oh, that's so close. It's actually rocks with grass on them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I should not be taking the colors literally.
No, not yet. Because
okay, so it just means it's something different. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. It's just so not. It all gets blurred together.
Okay.
Yeah. I only have 30 seconds. I don't have time to pick colors.
No. True.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else you got. Oh wow, is that a crane?
Yes, it is.
It is a crane. This is in a marsh, so I'm looking at a marsh. I'm looking at reeds on the right-hand side, probably some sort of underbrush on the left side, and those are reflections with hills in the background and clouds in the sky.
Yes, that it is. This is my first 1 minute.
Fantastic. All right, yeah.
Second 1 minute.
Ocean or plains, rolling hills, or what have you.
Yeah, it's an ocean.
It is an ocean. Okay.
It's an ocean. If I had the blue colors here, it would be super easy to see.
All right, fair enough. All right. Well, what else you got here? Parthenon, Greek, Roman statue-esque thing.
That it is, and this picture I have painted maybe 15 times now, and I finally start to get what it is.
Yeah, I know. I think the first time I was like, oh, that's a jail.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh wow, is that you know what that reminds me of? The St. Louis Arch.
Yeah.
Hold on, is that could be Disney World with a monorail?
It could be with Disney World, but this is a highway over. It's a bridge that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I could definitely tell that it's a way of transporting, but I couldn't tell if it was a bridge, a roadway, or a tramway. Okay. What else you got?
Yeah, this was.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at small waterfalls. In terms of size, we're looking at something. I would be able to hop from one rock to the other, and then the left side is about as tall as I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's water and rocks around.
Yeah, it's exactly what I see here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now
this is first 5 minutes.
Holy crap! All right, so we're looking at Prague.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Prague. Okay.
I'm just gonna put a little 5 minutes in there, so we know.
Cool deal.
And then we have this second 5 minutes.
Yeah, of course. That's a bowl of soup.
Yes, that it is.
That's actually a beautiful bridge. That's really, really nice. I'm kind of getting an Amsterdam feel on that.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's just a cool bridge.
Yeah, it's Amsterdam or Italy or what have you. Any Capitol building, any building anywhere, really.
Yeah. This is my 10 minutes right here.
That's nice. At dusk, nonetheless.
Yeah. Did you see my beetle that I did yesterday?
No.
Or I did. I managed to do a pretty fun beetle. Let's see if I check this one out.
Holy crap! Holy shit! Yeah. Did you use it? Is there a reference photo for that?
Yeah, I got a reference photo.
Yeah, I really like your use of a white swash on the wing casing in the back to show that it is a highly reflective surface. And the same thing on the carapace just behind the head. And even on the head itself. Yeah, they're a great detail. Damn.
I'm pretty happy with that one.
Yeah. I've seen your insects. I've seen these small creature drawings in the past. And I have absolutely seen them improve over time. The thing I'm beginning to like about this is that there's a focal length to it. The back of it, I don't know if this was by design, but the back of it is a little bit out of focus as compared to the front. Is that?
That was the picture. The reference photo was that it was because it's so tiny, and you take these little detailed photos of it.
Yeah.
It captured mostly the eyes,
Yep.
and then it just got more and more blurry the further back you got. You
No,
know?
you could totally tell that. That was a 25-minute. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. This
Any-
one was fun.
Any others?
Well, let's see what I got.
Then I want to take a look at some of the comments here, including
Oh yeah,
the
read
systems.
comments
Okay.
while I find them.
So we have here, let's see. Okay, so this is you, Walter. You had said that while you agree that the system isn't that important, you're just not a fan of the 5e system for some reason. All right, so there's part of another reason for streaming, and this is not name dropping or anything. It's just by virtue of what I also do with like Comic-Con and what have you. I'm a celebrity handler. It's just I work for a company whose job it is to do that. So I've been fortunate enough to meet some really spectacularly talented people. And one of them was Critical Role, and the guy that I handled was Matt Mercer, and this was at the 2018 New York Comic-Con. And one of the things I did not know was that there were people who were playing D&D and streaming it. I didn't even know that. In fact, I will admit my complete ignorance when I was told that I was assigned to the Critical Role team that weekend. I didn't know who they were. I kind of heard about them, and then I remember very quickly as I'm going out to meet them on the by a door at the Jacob Javits Center. I'm like looking them up on my phone. I'm like, holy crap! It's like, okay, these are professional voice actors, and I'm reading. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm a voice actor. All right, so I can relate to them. And hey, Lou, what's up, man? So I start reading up on them as I'm escorting from here and there, and we get into very slight conversations. We're really just there to do a job. And as I go through this, I begin to learn that they had started off by playing Pathfinder First Edition, and then, if I understood it correctly, they moved to D&D 5e because doing that is a hell of a lot easier to stream than a complex or highly, just a highly complex rule system like Pathfinder First Ed was. So when we started to stream in in March 2019, originally we were banding back and forth. We had all played Pathfinder First Ed to some degree, so we were very comfortable with that system. And meanwhile, D&D 5e had already been out for 8 years or so. And so we were kind of like, or 7 or 8 years. And we were kind of like, all right, what should we do? Well, screw it. We're not going to do it just because it's easier to stream. We're going to do it because it tells a better story. And just comparing 5e against Pathfinder First Edition, we were like, where are the options in 5e? You have all your core classes, and certainly more stuff has been released. And I admit it's purely out of my own ignorance that I don't know the entire scope of the 5e system. But they certainly streamlined it, and they really turned it into something that was really kind of cool. I remember back in 3.5 having to struggle with the logic map that is required to understand how grapple works. And by comparison, Pathfinder First Ed was kind of like, no, dude, you're going to roll this die, check these certain conditions, and then you can determine if you grappled or not. And in order to get out of it, you kind of do, etc. So I was like, all right, so First Ed is still complex, and 5e is simple. It's almost overly simple. And I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. I was asked to be a guest on a D&D stream that had used homebrew, kind of like 5e, but definitely some homebrew stuff on there. And I was amazed. I got to create, in this case, a 10th level paladin by the name of Reed, and I really liked the character. I liked the simplicity of it. But I've heard the opposite side of it, that the simplicity simply doesn't provide enough guidance for some people that like that kind of like a rules-like framework. So when Pathfinder 2nd Ed was announced, and we got all hyped up on behind the scenes about it, and we decided that we're going to be cutting edge. We're going to adopt it the moment we get the book in hand. We're going to simply learn as we go. To this day, it's not even been out for a year. To this day, while we have been playing it religiously for at least once a week, I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm the GM. So as time has passed, however, we did find out that Pathfinder 2nd Edition does offer a little bit more in terms of structure than 5e. I mean, for example, saving throws is still a thing in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, while they are not their own entity in 5e. So here you'd have a dex saving throw or a strength saving throw while in Pathfinder 2e you still have fortitude, will, and fortitude and reflex. So, yeah, sometimes get a brain fart. And then as more and more information started to be released about what was coming out for second ed, we were like, nah, we absolutely made the right choice. For streaming purposes, it's kind of necessary to, for our style of play, it's really necessary to not get bogged down by the rules. One of the things I don't like about second ed is that certain things like crafting are spread all throughout this massive rule book. There is some stuff in there, but thankfully there are people out there, like whether it's on Reddit or forums or what have you, who are really kind and understand the pain that others have had. And then like, oh, crafting is freaking easy. And so with 3 modes of play, exploration, downtime, and encounter modes, they really just codified it. They broke it down, said, yeah, we're going to get rid of a lot of the shit. And this was our biggest problem in conversion from 1E to 2E. We're going to get rid of a lot of the stuff that has really slowed us down in the past in terms of gameplay. And not tell you that we got rid of it. So it was written, it seems to be with the intent of, if you are new to second ed, great, you're going to learn this. It's going to be very easy. Meanwhile, we're going, okay, so where are the grapple rules? What do you mean I just need to make an athletics check against their fortitude DC? What does that mean? No. There has to be more to it. And so I've been looking for that document of, well, yeah, if you're going to take the run action, that's going to be 4 times your speed, unless you, of course, you happen to be encumbered, in which case it's still not even that complex. If your movement is 25 and you want to roll and you want to move or run in a turn, then you simply take all your actions as run actions or stride actions, as they're called. So we began to realize, okay, we just need to let go. We need to let go of any preconceived notions of what the rules used to be and adopt it as second ed. And we did, and the game really started to take off. So we were actually slowed down by our own prejudices. We thought we knew it. Nope, we didn't know it. We were acting like we did. And so it's still fun to say on Tuesday nights, hold on, wait, that's new. Let me check this thing out in the rules. We check it out, and we're like, holy shit, there's actually not much in here. God damn it, Paizo, you should have written about... No, that's us expecting something. So I don't know if our experiences in second ed and our learning curve is pretty much the same as what others have experienced with D&D 5e. In that, you pick up the book, you have expectations from, let's say, 4, which was, people say was like an MMO. There were certainly some aspects of 4 which I did like and some I didn't like, but I honestly didn't play much of it. And certainly 3.5. 3.5 was like, shit. it was different. So than it is today. I don't know if 5e, if I still have a lot of carryover from 3.5 if I were to play 5e and I'm looking for it. But what I've seen on the character sheet is if I just go with what's on the sheet and I abandon all other notions of what I should or should not be doing, I can actually enjoy it. The thing I like about Pathfinder, like I started saying before, they're already releasing stuff. At the end of this month, they are releasing their advanced player guide, which will contain the Swashbuckler, the Oracle, the Witch, and I believe one more, and I forget what class it is. But they are also releasing new ancestries that you can play. An ancestry, in case you don't know, in Pathfinder 2nd Ed is what other games call a race.
I really like Ancestry a lot better because it's so much more descriptive,
It is
where they're from.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It really is, especially since how they organize it. So if you guys have never played Pathfinder 2e, but you're familiar with 5e, here's an interesting little concept. Please tell me right here in the comments if 5e does this as well. So you have your various ancestries, whether it be elf, gnome, dwarf, human, halfling. And that's pretty much it out of the core rulebook. I mean, there's more. I'm sure there have to be. But you'll notice that half elf and half orc are missing. And what they did is that they turned them into ancestries, or rather heritages, of the human ancestry. And then you can have, and it's clearly stated, you can have as a house rule that half orcs and half elves can also be of non-human ancestry. So you can have a half dwarf, half elf, if that's how your world works. And it's pretty cool. So the problem that I've had in the conversion of the world of Evindale to Pathfinder 2e is Dude, I've got 9 different kinds of fucking elves, and many of them have different kinds of stats. Some get a plus to strength, some get a plus to constitution. And so it's like it doesn't really work because half elves and half orcs and humans all have the same stats. Elves, no matter what kind of elf you are, and each of the ancestries, like an elf or what have you, or a halfling or dwarf or gnome or whatever, they have different heritages within them. A heritage is a cavern elf, and a whisper elf, an Arctic elf, I want to say a seer elf or something along those lines. You have different kinds of elves, but they all have the same bonuses to their attributes, like strength, intelligence, etc. Wow, I just totally went 3-5 on that. What was it? Strength, intelligence, wisdom, dexterity, constitution, charisma? I think that was the original one, wasn't it? Now it's like strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Oh man, my inner geek is showing.
The tomato rule.
The which?
The tomato rule.
What's the tomato rule?
That's the one I told the constable about. That strength equals how far can you throw this tomato?
That's right. And wisdom. Yeah. What's the one for wisdom? I really like that one.
Okay, so the difference between wisdom and intelligence is like intelligence means tomato is a fruit. And wisdom is to not put a tomato in a fruit salad.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's a great description of what the abilities are.
I love that. Charisma is like, I'm going to sell you this tomato.
So, in the world of Evindale, with 9 different things, and each of them have their own kind of thing, I'm kind of faced with this compatibility issue, which is why I would never be able to get, if I keep it as is, I would never be able to get the Pathfinder compatible logo that I can then put on any of the Evindale products. I'm not really striving for that, even though it would be a better marketing deal. But, if I were to ever go that route, because Paizo does keep a list, obviously, of who retain or who has that in use. I don't have it in use because I'm not there yet. Just starting to get to the point of popularizing it and really putting it out there. And right now you can see everything that's happening on EvindaleRPG.com or Evindale.com. Evindale.com just points to the RPG site. There's also a Facebook community, Evindale or W Evindale, and there's also Fortune's End, which is the actual fan community. So Evindale is much more complex, and you can tell that there's a little bit of old school stuff in it. But there are, I believe, 20. How many? I want to say there are. It's either 18 or 26 different races, or now called ancestries, that you can be in Evindale, and they're all explained. Well,
I haven't counted them. I just
I only wrote them. I grab a bottle of wine. Talking about wine, I grab a bottle of wine and I just start writing. So I really don't keep track. I don't have my wits about me to keep track with that kind of stuff. But anyway, it is all outlined. Like you can type in EvindaleRPG.com/ancestries and be taken to that page if you want it. But yeah, that's wow. I just went off on a tangent. Okay, so let me see. Let's see. In Europe, you can get awesome wines for €10 if you know what you like. Yeah, hell yeah. It's wines are. Like, I was introduced to wine as a child in Europe, and it's like it's something that you have with a meal, and maybe a glass or two, unless you're mapping, in which case then a bottle or two. So we've got
no comment.
But now you have these great communities, says Caffeinated. We have these great communities, if you don't mind, inspire other people with our own art and stories. I happen to have. The only reason why I am known as a storyteller here in Evindale is because I'm the guy that just has the focus. The reality is that we all look. I'm really not being so saccharine as to say, but we're all artists, and we're all. I do genuinely mean that, and I already went through it. Premise is this is our community. We all own it, and we all have different opinions about how we should go about it. And that's the beautiful part, is that this particular community listens and sometimes doesn't give a shit. So we're kind of real about it. It's not just 100%. Like Mira will critique my crap, I will critique her crap. Everyone critiques each other, and it's all with the understanding that we will improve through that. So, unfortunately, the community's not large enough yet where we have trolls. The moment we have trolls, they will get shut down. But I'm kind of curious what they have to say if it's constructive.
I feel we need to celebrate when we get trolls.
Yeah, because we finally got to that point. Like, we had one during a Tuesday stream. By the way, I don't want to forget about the Friday night gaming streams. So the Tuesday stream is like that dark and horrible, mysterious world of Evindale. And then Fridays are kind of like that, hey, here's 3 goblins causing chaos.
That was so. I really want to continue with that entire group. Actually, it's we had that. I felt that was really.
That was a good dynamic. Yeah, this upcoming Friday we do have the last of the one-shot series.
For now.
The sign-up form for it is going out tonight, probably around 8 p.m. Eastern. The party whoever's going to be in the party in the very last of the one-shot series will be decided on by Wednesday evening Eastern, and it's going to take place in Mutvia. The adventure is designed to be a horror story because that is what the country of Mutvia generally is. So that's that. Caffeinated had said, but now you have these great communities. Inspire other people with your own art and stories. And that goes for all 3 of you, by the way, Sosa, Mira, and Evindale. Thank you. Thank you, Cap. And certainly you are absolutely 100% part of that.
Can we just address that last drawing from Caffeinated? I mean, can we talk about it? Because I didn't have the best day, but I put on my smile and I went streaming because I think it's important to keep doing what you're doing even when you have a hard day.
Yep.
And then I get raided by Caffeinated and the entire world just changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't get me wrong, there's so much cool art out there, but I felt this one was kind of personal to me.
So yeah, it's a thing. There are times like, we all kind of get down on ourselves or about the world at the moment or what have you. This is normal. We are human. It's going to happen. That's a nice thing about this. Caffeinated and also hinging on what you just said, Mira. We can just take a look at the Discord channel and just go bing. And again, it's not a overly sweet place. It's just people sharing. That's all it is. And we all come from different backgrounds. Freaking awesome. Like, for example, I'm going to show you something. This is something that Zero had made. Just to, give you an example. This is food. This is freaking fantastic. This is kind of the crap that we're talking about here. These are fried dumplings.
Put it up. There we go. Dumplings.
Yeah, I got it. These are candles. Somebody, in this case, my other girlfriend has decided that she's going to open up a candle business, and she wanted to feature some of the scents of Evindale. So there is that, and so people
I'm so okay with this.
It's freaking amazing that this is happening. This is amazing. But there are other things. If I can find I want to bring up what you just had, or what you were just discussing, Hun. Where is it? I want to find.
It should be there. It has to be there.
Oh, caffeinated. Yeah, this is.
Yes.
Where is it?
Where is it?
All right, there's a nude view. Where is it? Man, some of this art that you put up here, baby, is just amazing.
Thank you.
Where's Caffeinated's? Caff, where's your... You had an illustration here that was... Where is it, babe?
I don't know. Caffeinated. Help us out here. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the tiki hat.
Yeah, the tiki hat. Where is that thing? I'm looking for it. My God, I did campfire mushrooms. Amanda put out there campfire mushrooms. Oh, I did see this. I'm gonna like that again. Oh man, yeah. We talk about cuisine and all sorts of stuff in here. Yeah, Calf. Where is that? Okay, let me continue here. Welcome back. How was shopping? Says Caffeinated Zero.
Tiki scarf.
Yeah, the tiki scarf. Thank you. It went well. I have more groceries, and you picked up a parcel, says Maya. Zero says you've been completely hooked with Hungarian wines. I know nothing about Hungarian wines, and most of them are so. No, I don't know.
We need to introduce you to that.
Oh, perfect, awesome.
Yeah.
And they are so cheap because the wines are not internationally well known yet. So the market hasn't inflated the price. People conversing back and forth. That's awesome. Walter from earlier on had said that it was a nice beetle. Nice. You're just plain regular coffee and relaxing. By the way, the reason why I have so much energy is because I just drank an entire pot of iced coffee. So I have that and sugar, which means probably in about
You're gonna crash later, huh?
about an hour and 15 minutes, I'm just gonna be like, "Oh my God, guys, I have this." I'm just gonna be straight
I'll
up.
take care of that. That's okay.
Let's see. All right. So Walter says, always grapple. Of course, that's like the defining difference between all the systems, right? So your group liked 3.5 though. Oversimplification is part of the thing that your group does not like about 5e. Yeah, Walter, if you like, I don't tend to lead a heavy rules, a heavy rules game. I prefer the freedom of the story, and our brand of play, I guess you can call it cooperative storytelling. We all tell a story, and if it makes sense and makes for a better story, I really don't give a fuck about the rules. But when you need them, I would like them to be there, because the rules to me are that standardized laws of physics that control the world. Whatever works for you should also work for that monster. And this, as a player in a game, becomes crucial. In a homebrew fantasy world like Evindale, where anything is possible if you don't know if it exists or not. And so the rules do provide this, like how a fireball interacts with the world around you. It's really all through the flavor of that whatever the GM applies to it, of course. But how are fireballs described? Are they always just flame? Can they be blue flame or what have you? And if it is a blue flame, does that mean that a different kind of caster is casting it? That's all homebrew stuff, but the rules themselves really do need to be standardized. And so I agree with you on that. I do like having that framework out there, and certainly there are some malice. I agree with you on how we approach rules, and it's actually because of you and your knowledge of Pathfinder Second Ed rules that you have gotten us out of some rather sticky situations. Because, oh, hey, look, there's a rule for that.
Caffeinated got a link up.
Oh, you have it?
Chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to finish reading right through the comments, and I'll get right to that. Yeah, you read a lot of the PF2 stuff, and you like it more than 5e. Walter, I really, really like it. There are a couple of resources. If you don't already have them, look up Archives of Nethys, Nethys. That is the official SRD from Paizo. Somebody had created the site, and Paizo said, that. There's also pf2.d20pfsrd.com. Good God. Or just look up D20 Pathfinder SRD systemreferencedocument.com, and then in there you'll be able to find the link to that. So they're both essentially the same site. Archives of Nethys is a little bit easier to remember for me. I just found another fantastic one I want to share with you guys. This one I've never seen before. It is freaking easy. It is amazing, and it is, most importantly, quick. Archives of Nethys is a slow site. Check out this link if you are a Pathfinder Second Ed player. You want to look up really quick what a skill or something else does. It's not an SRD document like the others. This one is a very quick, like lightning freaking quick reference, and fantastic. Let's see here. Who's grapple? Oh, okay, so through 5e, your group does not like about 5e. I agree. We have, let's see. Yeah, we have Egwin, the goat from Tuesdays. People saying hi to each other. I freaking love that people say hi. Life's About Joy. First off, hi, Life's About Joy. Absolutely happy that you're here. Hopefully you are still watching. And I really like your name. That's a really good name. I like that. Life's About Joy. It is. Azir saying going back and forth with what system to choose, and you end up going with 5e because it is better known in general and a bit simpler. Yeah, again, it doesn't matter to us. It doesn't matter what the system is, as long as you are having fun and everyone has agreed on it. That's all. You know, makes no difference. It's easier to find random people to play with. 100%. Although that's why I started up the Friday night one-shots, because I was like, I want to play with other people. I want to tell different stories and have other people cooperate in telling those stories.
But I'm still in all of those games.
And you are still in all those games. Yeah, you're kind of like that. You're the token backup player. It's like, all right, Mira, we need one more. I'm in. So, and I'm also taking advantage of the fact that you and I don't have a fair job to like the Renaissance Fair jobs to go to right now. So
That is true.
Yeah, so let's just play games.
I'm so cool with that. Oh, I have a story about that when you're done with comments and stuff like that.
And then I want to see Capaneo's illustration.
Yep.
Say easy to find random people to play with. Absolutely zero, and it makes sense if you say, "Hey, D&D 5e game," more people are going to join. Pathfinder Second Ed. I almost asked the Tuesday Troop if we should switch to D&D because we're streaming on the Pathfinder category just like we are now on Twitch. And there's not a lot of people, comparatively speaking, to on the channel overall than there are on D&D. And then we were kind of like on the Dungeons and Dragons channel or category on Twitch. And we were going to switch, and so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to try something here. And so we continued to play Pathfinder, but then streamed on the Dungeons and Dragons channel, and sure enough, more people started watching. And some people actually came over with us after they followed the channel. So, yeah, I totally get you. Some people are like, why play Pathfinder if Wizards has already released a lot of stuff for 5e? It's already well established. We're now 10 years. I think it's, 8 years still? 8 years? I don't know. Either way, it's been some time since 5e has come out, and there's a lot of stuff for it. I mean, hell, they have a freaking Twitch extension, but I'm waiting for Paizo to create so that we can have character sheets pop up on the screen. Yeah, Swashbuckler and Witch and stuff. I'm really, I love it. Walter, you liked 4E quite a lot. Yeah, it's one thing I could say about Paizo is that they had sticking power. They had Pathfinder 1E for a while, and then when they released Second Ed, it was almost like they were, they saw which way the market was going, which was towards simpler rule systems, and I think they did a bang-up job on it. It's your world. All the new stuff doesn't have to go into it. No, it doesn't need to. It really doesn't need to go into it. I just had that stuff there since the beginning, so I'm rather happy when a publisher releases something that I can just say, oh, fuck it, I'm not going to create it from scratch. Let me just adopt it and bring it in. So that kind of makes sense. Website and links and all sorts of stuff. You are awesome. Hey, holy crap. So I always say it wrong, and I want to say it's Pochfad or Posh.
Pochfad.
Pochfad is here. Great, ready for another beautiful week. Happy to see your face. Fantastic. See, I like this kind of upbeat stuff. Maya is saying, I am so not finished with the Goblin Crew. Maya, our fantastic social media goddess here, joins us or has joined us for the past few Fridays. And yeah, I know that you played, Mira played, we had Johnny Nod, who's sometimes here. He played. We had Constable Gamer. He played Joe. For crying out loud! Why is my brain shutting off, honey? Oh,
I don't have your restart button.
and of course, Pipsqueak, who
Jamira.
Jamira,
Burp.
who is Battle_Pixie, and also streams here. So we had those 5 players, fantastic crew, a lot of fun in that game. Yeah, the Gobos in a horror story. No, Malice, I'm not going to go with goblins in a horror story because it's going to turn into...
We are the horror story.
They are the horror story. Yeah. When a GM asks a player, Mira, what is your character doing, Mira? And instead of telling you what they are doing, they define what they are not doing, such as, I am not eating the table. I didn't... God damn it. So that's I feel that was good role play. It was awesome role play.
Yeah, I am actually. I feel I did everything right. Because it is important to also define what you're not doing. Yeah. Especially when people have they already made up your mind on what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah, they prejudged your actions, or they
yes,
were
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. That's what they did.
Yeah.
So, and especially Roland, Johnny's character, he was very, very judgy of Tiki.
He was not only in Pathfinder Second Ed, they're called champions. We know them as paladins. In this case, he was lawful good. In Pathfinder, your champion can be of any alignment. In the core rule book right now, it's just the good alignment, so lawful, neutral, and chaotic.
Yeah, no, he played beautifully. It was perfect.
He was, but the point here was that he chose the most restrictive of deities to follow as well, which was Leartis.
Oh God.
This is a deity of mortal law, and it's like, Thou shalt not jaywalk on the street. You shall not spit on the ground. So he was like that kind of a character. And then you have these chaotic goblins that are joining him for the party. So it was this wonderful contrast there that was just amazing.
Yeah, no, he did great. I loved how we developed, but I also felt that I had to like also define what I didn't do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, life's a joy. Thank you so much for following. Definitely appreciate it and look forward to having you. Hey, guys, if you are watching, today's goal is we're going to see if we can hit 200 followers. I have no idea how many we have right now.
You got 90 something?
Yeah, we have 190, very close to it. Let me actually see how many we have here. Let me pull this up. Actually see how. Where's the thingy whoosies? Hold on, I have to take a look at the.
I don't have it.
I have it. I have it somewhere. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I just have to make sure this goes on mute. 197. Wow, we are so close to having 200. We can get 3 more people to follow. Then we will have reached our goal for the day. Wow, and this is amazing. This is the other thing. While we were free, we will always be free. I have no intention of turning this into a sub-only stream. We have 93 subs out of the 197. Having 33% of your followers be subs is amazing. Thank you so much for that honor, guys. Just amazing. So if we can have 3 more followers, that'd be fantastic. Okay, but getting back to the more important thing, which is the people watching. All right, so Maya just put out there, bang Laurel. So Laurel, I just realized how that sounded. In coding, it's exclamation points. They sometimes call it bang. Anyway, exclamation point Laurel. She makes these candles, and like I said before, this is she put out the Evindale line, like I think Forest of Mutfia, which is this one. It's freaking amazing. I've already burned it. It's.
Oh yeah, I need to burn a candle. I got Forest of Mutfia right here.
Yeah, it's like one of the best sellers. Absolutely amazing stuff. Anyway. Check out our Etsy shop right there. And Caffeinated is saying to you, honey, that he is glad that he could brighten your day. Did you post?
He totally brightened my day.
Well, that's right. Here we go. So Caffeinated now posted it. This is Tiki. What channel was that in? Oh, it isn't on the Discord.
No, he posted a link in the chat.
Okay. So yeah. Tiki is the name of the goblin that Mira had played on for the past 2 Friday one-shot games, and this particular goblin was a monk, and instead of having flurry of blows, had flurry of teeth. Well, they had entered into a mine shaft because gaming, that's what you do. Entered into a mine shaft, came across somebody who was hiding out like 3 feet from them in an alcove, frightened of their presence, of the party's presence. Tried running away. And was immediately grabbed by the champion, thrown up against the wall. Somebody else had then shield bashed the poor bastard. And then Tiki came along and decided to turn him into a hat. Or decide to start
to be a hat.
To be a hat.
Yes.
So, yeah, this is Caffeinated's drawing of Tiki. This it's just freaking amazing. So, yeah, there's that. And it's just freaking awesome. So
I love this. It's like, this is... Yeah,
that was amazing.
I'm so excited to see this one done. I kind of want to steal it and color it myself.
Caffeinated, are you going to complete that? Is it? Have you advanced on it, or was that it? Millhound calls it the Tiki Teeth Scarf. And hi, Millhound. I haven't said hello to you yet. Wow, Steve is far behind on chat. Yeah. Oh, I'm just because I've been babbling because I have like an entire thing of coffee in me. Still far from finished. Okay, so there's the intention. I see it right now. Some YouTube continuity. Yes, I don't know what that was in reference to, but generally speaking, I agree with the concept of continuity when it comes down to stories and worlds and stuff like. Rules, standardized rules. Yeah, rules are needed for the flow of the story as well. Yes, absolutely. In our case, the majority of the people who play in Tuesday games are experienced improv actors, so we tend to go with the flow. And unfortunately,
I thought all of us are experienced improv actors.
It's Lou. Do you have? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that Mavis was a student of mine early on. Lou, you've been a patron at the Rent Fair. You will see. Well, either way, it makes no difference if you're trained or not. Who gives a fuck? You're awesome at it. So, but either way, we tend to just bob and weave through a story. And part of the problem that I've had as a GM is making sure that the plot makes sense. Early on, I learned in my career as a GM, stop trying to predict what the hell the players are trying to do, and design for it. Because invariably, you will have this 25-level dungeon, and there's all sorts of monsters around every single corner. And you've even written in the box text that describes the particular acrid smell of a particular moss in that stony hallway that's always 5 feet by 5 feet or what have you, or 10 by 10 or whatever. And then the player's like, "No, we're not going to go there." And said, "Hey, what's that horsey out there in the field?" It's like, son of a bitch. So I since stopped doing that. Well, I also learned, if you take a look at like up on YouTube, and you watch the first season, you can see everyone starting to come together as a group. During the second season, I still have yet to learn what the hell it means to be a good GM. And then in the third season, I'm kind of like, all right, I think I finally got this. This party is awesome. Provide simpler but just as detailed stuff, and we're going to go with it. And so now we have our second game for the third season coming up on tomorrow evening. Holy crap. This is going to be fun. All right. Oh, Mouse is saying that the candles just arrived. I'm curious. What candles did you get, Malice, and whether and how'd you like them? Let's see. Wow, you really like how fast that site finds the PF2 rules, right? Tell me about it. Let's play Adult Make Believe. 100%. Yeah, now I'm just ripping through these. Okay, so it does give core rulebook page reference like Archives and Nethys. Is that the site that I linked up earlier? Yeah. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. If you want to look at more, you can. Walter says, if I ever think about streaming, I would just call it RPG or something. Yeah, it doesn't matter, right? As long as if your goal is to tell a story, then who gives a fuck what the rules are? Mouse is saying your better half is opening the box and first candles was cough. So, so needless to say, fuck off is the I believe that's the citronella candle.
Yes, yes, the citronella. I have it in my kitchen to keep flies away, and it works like heck.
Oh wow! So Walter, thank you for that. It came out D&D 5e came out 2014, so it's only been out for 6 years. Okay, so 5e handbook was released August 2014. Okay, yeah, Jamira. About Hungarian wines, if you have the possibility to get a white wine from the Smolo region, is that how it's pronounced? Smolo? I highly recommend trying them. The wines from there are unlike any others that you have tried. Hold on, I'm gonna jot that down.
Do I need to stop by the liquor store?
Yeah, we may do that after you come over here and hop down to the wine store right here. Okay,
yeah,
Smolo
I would
region.
love to do that. I missed the little wine store.
Okay, we're looking at white wines. Okay,
I normally don't pick white wines, so
I really like. I like them all. All right, I had that one written down. They're unlike any others that you've had. By the way, I'm not a Chardonnay fan, but if you guys ever have the opportunity to get a, I can't remember the label, but it is a Chilean Chardonnay that tasted like butter, like just freaking amazing. Damn it, I can't remember the label. Anyway.
Steve, give a quick look at what I'm doing here. See if you like the composition.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Yeah, it's still very basic.
Oh, wow. Okay, so the direction that was given to Mira in this case was if you were standing about, let me see. If you were standing about, here, let's see. So if you take a look at the little box of the map here, you'll see that there is a inland sea to the right and a larger bay of water to the left, and Cultrek is right on the bay of water. So in this case, it was if you were standing in the mountains looking down. So if you were standing like over here, in this region here, I don't know if you guys can see that. Come here, you. If you were standing around, stop it. If you were standing here, like in the village of Evindale, up in the mountainous region, and looking west, which would be about 36 miles to Cultrek City, what would you see? And so that's what we're looking at right here. So you can see the rocky outcroppings on which some of your feet would be standing. So this is all very, very close. Looking out over the expansive plains of Cultrek into the city in the distance. So yeah, I would say this is beautiful. We see now keep something in mind. Mm-hmm. The sun rises in the west here.
Ah, so it should be on the other side.
Well, hold on. If you are doing a sunset, right, it would not be in the west, it would be in the east. So can this be the dawn? It absolutely can. So we can say that this is the dawn instead.
Or I could do that.
Well, that just made it more to the north. We are looking west at this point, right? Or are we looking somewhere else?
Oh no, yes, we are looking west.
Yeah, so we're looking west. Yeah, then you can just keep it as that. Then this is the morning sun.
That is cool. That
there you
like
go. Ta-da! So
ta-da!
it's so that's easy. So that's the morning sun rising up there in the west, and so we would be able to see about 36 miles away. What's that in kilometers? Alexa, convert 36 miles to kilometers.
36 miles is 57.9 kilometers.
All right, so about 58 kilometers. So from
Johnny's in the chat. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Who is?
I just saw that Johnny's in the chat.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So at about 58 kilometers or so away, how large is a city that is quite large? What is that going to look like? That was the challenge. So, and to do it with the night sky. So how does a dark medieval city illuminated strictly by the torches and lanterns with a population of 1.75 million, what would that look like from about 58 kilometers away? That's the challenge. So I think you have a fantastic start here considering the near impossible task I've given you. All right.
Well, we start here. Also, Lives About Joe is wondering what the most memorable NPC is. I wonder which one it is. It might have something to do with waffles.
But I don't know. I'm gonna have to get down there. I don't know. We're gonna have to get down there. Maya's like, oh shit. You forgot to post in the art discords. Be right back. Okay. Just suggests to you that Tiki was spending mental effort on trying very hard not to eat the table. Wow, I am very behind on the chat. And the moment succeeding at not eating the table.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was thinking about it too.
197. Let's see. Have we? No, we're not yet at. Let me see. We're not yet at 100. Yet still 197 followers. We'd like to get 3 more to see if we can reach the 200. At which point I can guarantee Cultrek will be done because then I only have an hour and a half to do it, and that's my goal to get this thing done today. But I'm having such a great time with all these wonderful people. So continuity regarding physics and story-based rules. Yes. Lights Out Joy. Caffeinated says, we'll complete it this week or at some point, hopefully on stream. Fantastic. Johnny says, just to the head. That was the goblin salute. Fuck off, unicorn farts, do my laundry, and forts of Kraktherak. I'm curious what you think about them. Caffeinated says, hi, Johnny. We were just recapping Friday night. Life's About Joy says, I am enjoying hearing the stories. May I ask, what is your most memorable NPC? I'm biased because I create them. And it's like children. Honestly, this is not a bullshit answer. This is totally legit. Some took years to develop, and others I created on the spot and found them rather enjoyable because of you don't have time to think, and so you just do. And our brains can surprise us if we just allow them to do their job and just create shit on the spot. Mira. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you. Well, I'll tell you what. You guys who have watched the Tuesday, Friday, and any other stream or look at the website or whatever, put into the chat who your favorite NPC is, or an NPC that is most memorable. They don't have to be your favorite. What is the most memorable? And then I will tell the story of that NPC. The one that kind of stands out, Life's About Joy, is probably an NPC by the name of Nesserus. Nesserus is
Steve's evil twin.
It's not my evil. He's a son of a bitch. He started off as a faceless wraith, akin to like a ring wraith or what have you, back in the day, and has since evolved into this NPC that was created at a point during Evindale's history when things were just bizarre and arcane magic had just come into being. And it started off as kind of like a mutated elf, mutated by the creation of arcane magic, which is a story unto itself. And over the years that he was actually the very first NPC I had ever created, like way back in the 80s. He's the only one that has ever been written about in the form of a novelette, or even just a short story. And he started off in his AD&D days as a neutral evil character, always an antagonist, and he kind of retained some of that. But since then, he evolved and became quite deep, at least from my perspective. There's a whole truth behind him that not many people know. And there's two versions of him. One is the ancient one that had existed a long time ago, which is kind of what I'm reverting back to. And then there's another one where I kind of gave an alternative reality to his creation story. He started off as a normal elf with an adventuring party that was in competition to the other party, of which was the actual focus of the game. And through some actions, they inadvertently created the person that would later become known as Nesserus. So there's Nesserus, and he's a schemer. He's a manipulator. He will get you to do the work for him, and everyone now understands. As soon as you meet him, a couple of, I don't know, I'd say maybe 2 months of game sessions, you begin to find out that he's all about the machinations. So he's kind of Machiavellian. And he definitely always has his own goals in mind. So he's not a good NPC in that case.
It's also a fun fact, the only NPC I kind of have to wipe off you a little bit after you played it.
Really?
Like he's a little stuck sometimes.
What do you mean stuck?
It's like suddenly you start to have mannerisms like him, and your voice changes into Nesserus.
Who,
And
me?
it's like, yes, you. Especially if you played him a lot. That it's like I was like, okay, now we need to like wipe off Nesserus a little bit.
Oh wow,
Get Steve
that's
back.
that's not good. That is not good at all.
No,
That's-
it's actually really good. I think it's amazing. I think it's really fun because you're not turning into a cruel person. You just have the mannerisms and the way to speak.
That's a cruel person, man. It's like, I mean, when I'm just like, I'm going to ask you what you want for dinner. Only I will have by that time already suggested everything that you could ever possibly want.
Yes,
But I
that's what I'm talking
But I keep
about.
concentrating on just this one particular cuisine because that is what I want. So yeah, and then eventually you just kind of fall into the trap. All right, perhaps that's
The
what
anti-Steve.
happens a little bit. Maybe that's what happens. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I think it's hysterical. I think it's really funny. So
Johnny says Nestor is the anti-Steve. That is
yeah, I
funny.
love that. I love
Joy is fine. He's contagious. That is a huge city. Yeah, Walter, it is absolutely immense. Again, you're going back medieval days. You're looking at maybe 100,000, 200,000 people maximum in a city. And this, during this time, is 1.75 million. Granted, the city, I mean, just to give an example, if you guys don't know anything about the history of Evindale, because you're not expected to, the city was founded by settlers all the way from the west in the middle of the Third Age. Third Age continued on for maybe about 1,000 years or so. Actually, that's not entirely true. About 500 years or so. And then the Fourth Age began with a particular event that marked that was a delineator. And then Cultrek continued to exist, but it was sacked, it was razed, it was rebuilt. And now the entire region is pretty much deforested and quarried to use the stone to build up what would eventually be this massive city. And they continue to build. And so as they build, they just have this constant influx of stone and other things like that. So there's lots of work to be had. It's just they concentrate on this city. And that's just this imperial line, which has reigned for about 700 years or so. Even though the city itself has now been around for close to 7,000 years, at least its foundation has. So it's had its time to grow. It's one of the oldest cities around, certainly. Yeah, Egwin. Okay, so Johnny's saying Egwin. All right, a quick little backstory about Egwin. Egwin is a goat, first and foremost. He's not a particularly special goat, although he does have a particular odiferous attack that comes out of the...
Don't you dare say Egwin is not special. He's like the goat. He's the goatest of goats. He's the most beloved goat in the history of non-existing goats. He's super special.
So Egwin, he is kind of a mascot of the Tuesday games. Egwin is all right, so here's how this went down. During the first or second... Was it first or second season? No, you came in the first season, right, baby?
Maybe it was the second. It was in the
Yeah,
fall.
yeah, you did. You came in the first season. Well, you were playing with Rafe.
Yes, I
And
was
Wraith
playing
was a
with
player. Exactly.
Yeah.
Wraith was playing Zelly, who's the rogue of the party at
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, Sally didn't like my character at all. That was pretty funny.
Well, no, I don't know if that's the case. But either way,
Yeah, Wraith does like me. It's like just
So we had this core group of players, and then over the course of time, like sometimes happens in games, players come and go. When a spot had opened up, Mira then joined, and she joined as this halfling whose name was Tua. However, Tua was kind of like the fan, kind of like the only member of a fan club of one of the other characters.
It's not kind of anything here. She was Geminara's groupie and the only one.
And she was the only one. This is true. So the entire campaign started off in a place where it was like they had all come together under extremely unfortunate incident, and then were kind of married together because of that. And they all decided to, as a group, to react to that to the situation presented. One of the characters by the name of Geminara Locke, a half-elf, blonde hair, tan skin, blue eyes, what have you, is going around going, "I am a Tomb Raider. My name is Geminara Locke." And that was just a very gregarious, very out there, very over the top. You can obviously tell the way that Madeline portrays Gem that she is just so full of shit. Not so much in recent, but I'm not going to give any spoilers if you want to follow up. But nonetheless, there's Gem dropping her name at every single chance, telling everyone how much of a grand adventurer she truly is. Well, back in this village where all of these characters had initially come together, while Geminar is saying, "Well, certainly you've heard of me. My name is Geminar," and she's doing her thing. One person did hear of her, and it was this one, Mira's character. And this was her backstory, that her character, this halfling by the name of Tua, who comes very far to the northeast of this continent, had made a journey all the way over here during this event that occurs only once every 4 years, known as the Festival of Spice.
Because fireworks!
Yeah, exactly. And there are fireworks there, which kind of was a problem in and of itself. But either way, not the point. Tua, the halfling, decides that she's going to track down Geminar, and even though she's left. So we now skip ahead several episodes. Mira is not yet part of the game, but this was her backstory. Then in the middle of a village by the name of Elridge, while the village is apparently, it's not exactly desolate, there is a figure way off in the distance coming up on a road. It's a halfling riding this goat, and the goat's just like, meh, meh, and like riding straight up, and encounters the party, and Tua's grand entrance was her screaming out Geminara's name and how wonderful she is and singing her praises. The entire party is gobsmacked. They don't know what the fuck to do. First off, there's a halfling fan, totally fangirling over Gem right there in front. Secondly, there's this fucking goat that reeks to high hell. So they don't know what to do with this, and they're like, oh my god, all of a sudden this incredibly desperate scene of like death and mayhem and all sorts of horror is completely lifted by the existence of Tua. Well, the goat, while originally ridden in by Tua, ended up becoming the animal companion of Geminara Locke. And Gem now is like, no, that's a mighty ram. That's not a goat. Of course it's a goat. But the way that Madeline played it was, showing you just a little bit how delusional Geminara Locke is, and willing to go the distance to tell the story of how grand of an adventurer she is. While Gem does in fact become a grand adventurer and come into her own, Tua is also, and Tua likewise also now, would you say Tua is now more independent than Gem, or from Gem?
Yeah, we're more equal. We can discuss things now. She's not just being like, "Oh, that's a great idea. Let's do it."
Yeah, exactly.
So she has developed a little bit. She has, but she's still Tua, and she still has Tua ideas.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and it might be a little bit more dangerous now since she has Tua ideas and not just following Gem.
Yeah, this is true. There's very few characters I've seen that tend to be chaotic neutral, that don't steer the party in a completely different way. Tua is chaotic neutral, I believe? Yep. Chaotic neutral, and actually plays it extremely well, you do, honey. You do a fantastic job with the absolute, oh my god. Like character illustrations, if you were to ever have the quintessential illustration of Tua, it's going to be like, you can see the party in the background. They're going down a hallway, and the viewer of the picture, can see that there's a trap door under their feet that they're about to step onto. Meanwhile, at the beginning of the hallway, there's Tua innocently looking up at a lever and about to pull it. And you can just see, like, the party had decided we're not going to pull the lever, but Tua's kind of like, what does this really do? Let's find out. So her actions can actually hamper the party, but
and
it
has.
it has, but it is never done for the purposes of chaos. It is instead just the way that the character is portrayed as being very curious, and through her actions brings chaos. So it's a totally different take on the chaos and the neutrality that really does come out of such a character. Meanwhile, the party itself is by and large good. So Tua does provide this wonderful contrast to it, and really kind of presents overall, or creates an average of neutrality leaning towards good, which is really awesome.
She's like how I see Tua is that she cares very much about people that she knows, her friends and all that, but she doesn't really care that much about people she doesn't know, and just like, would you do you, whatever, bye.
Yeah,
but
yeah, totally.
if there's something she does care about, she will care a whole fucking lot.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, she is absolutely not. Like, if you go by the textbook definition of chaotic neutral, they are very often described as like the most of. Selfish doesn't even begin to describe it. They literally don't give a fuck about anything. Anyway, Egwin had become kind of a mascot for the series, and it's been a lot of fun. I have the honor of providing. I'm not the only one who does it, but I have the honor of providing the sound of Egwin whenever it gets Egwin. Comes
you
out.
are Egwin, though.
I am. Yeah,
yeah, you are playing
have
Egwin.
channeled
Egwin
them.
is what? Yeah, Egwin is one of your NPCs now. That is totally.
So that's that one. Yeah, and Joy is like the fangirl, totally.
Oh gosh, yeah.
100%. And Johnny's adding in Egwin equals Uni, the little unicorn from the Dungeons and Dragons animated series from the 80s. Oh God, I remember that. Man, that was a while ago. So yeah, so there's Egwin. I'm curious. Booby was that? I don't know. Millhound. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember Uni's voice. I don't remember that one. If anybody has a link or something like that, DM it out to Maya so she can post it if you don't have the ability.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to talk shit about me, now is the time because I gotta pee.
Oh, it's Bobby? Bobby! Like that? Like Bobby! Because of the character. Wasn't one of the characters' names Bobby? Oh man, the voices from the 80s in animation was completely a little bit different than they are today, or even the 90s. Yeah, the Kid Barbarian, that's right. Oh man, I forgot. It was this little toe-headed kid, wasn't it? Carried an axe and a horned fur helmet or some shit. Oh man, that's right. Oh, and it was the quintessential morally ambiguous ranger who was constantly, it was like the force of chaos in the party because it's so friggin' selfish. Uni kind of made goat noises. Oh man, Malice, thank you. I'm gonna have to take a look now and see what Uni did. Holy crap, that's wow. We're going way back on this. I remember watching that series and seeing the DM, and I was like, what is this little Yoda thing? What the fuck is this thing? I could swear it was totally based off of Yoda. Because he was tall, he was blonde, bald. Had to have been. It was a little bit more. His voicing wasn't as wasn't Yoda-like. He didn't have that, the backward speech and what have you. Didn't have any of that. Uni kind of made goat noises. Yeah, the kid. Wow, Bobby the Barbarian. Holy crap! So live action version they did for a Brazilian Renault ad was surprising. What? What are you saying here? By the way, if there's anybody new and you like what it is that you see, please follow us. We're just trying to hit 200. We're currently at 197. We just need 3 more followers. Okay, you're saying that if there was a Brazilian Renault ad that was a live-action D&D commercial? Oh, what? What? Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me check this. Oh my God. Hold on. Is this it? Oh, this is the cartoon. Oh yeah, the cartoon intro. Okay, that's a cartoon intro. I'm looking for the car ad. Renault Quid Outsider. Whoa. Hold up. I think I found it. Let me put this thing over here. All right, let me turn down the other sounds here. 1 second. I want to get right to this. Let me see. Do my thing. Let me switch over to this. Is this the one that you guys are talking about? Hold on. Let's play it. Let's see what this is. Let me know if you guys can hear the sound.
What am I missing out on now? What's going on?
We're playing a car ad that's based off of D&D.
Oh.
You found it too. Okay, you thought for a moment they were promoting a new live action series, and then they get in the car, and I'm like, what? Holy shit! What? What? Get the oh my God! Are you kidding me?
Hora de voltar pra casa, criança.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God! This is so spot on, with the exception of the car.
Well, it is a car commercial.
Deixe o impossível para trás.
Peraí, cadê a Uni?
Novo Renault Kwid Outsider, o SUV dos compactos.
What? What the? Holy shit!
That was so funny. That was great.
That was the holy fuck. I was like, at first I was like, okay, so it's a D&D commercial, and I kind of see, you know, some of the same, because we have been talking about the, oh my God, and then the kid with the fucking horns, and then the dude riding the dragon with the one goddamn horn popping out of his, wow.
It was like they hit every cliche.
No, you know what it did? It 100% was a it was exactly what was said in the chat. It was a 100% live recreation of the 80s animated Dungeons and Dragons series. Those characters they existed there in every single shape.
That's funny.
Wow.
That was great. I love it.
Damn, that was awesome. I've never seen that, guys. And yeah, I would watch that. I would pay money to go to a cinema to watch that. That's friggin' wow.
Yeah, we have a date if that ever happens.
Well, we have a date regardless. But yes, it's
yeah. We will have dates. Absolutely. But that's yeah.
Venger. Is it Venger or Venger? Venger, wasn't it? Was the evil guy? That was freaking amazing. Holy crap. Yeah, Malice, I'm right there with you. It's like that was I would have watched it. Yeah. The DM, I mean, I was like, that's dude, really? It's just he was there. Holy crap. Wow. Okay, with that, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Nah, because I just been drinking a lot of water. I'm not gonna. All right, hold on.
You join and hold it for you.
Get some sound here. All right, there we go. You love that the series was never finished, and they never made. Oh, they never made it home, did they? So the director of the ad decided to do that. Nice, Tiamat. Holy shit! Wow, freaking amazing.
This is not the right brush, guys. We need a wet brush. Oh, oi, oi, oi. Calm down, calm down. That one's good.
I want to watch that thing again.
You want to watch
Not-
it again?
Well, I'm not going to do it now, but I definitely want to watch it. Like, wow, are those the torches or just the various lights of the city in the distance?
Yeah, I'm gonna move it around a little bit. I just needed the visual.
Sure.
And it was too straight, so I'm gonna try to make it a little bit more like that, you know, like.
Yeah. So here's a little. Here's a little something for you. I'm going to sketch this out for you really quick, so you can see what the layout of the city is.
Yeah, that would be great.
Sure. So we have here the shoreline, the river. This kind of comes up, and then the river goes like that. Okay. So Cultrek itself is largely hemispherical. It is divided by the river. So first off, we have something that looks like this. Can you see it on your camera?
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Okay.
I remember that
Now,
Yes.
Now, there is outside of this. Well, first off, the center of the city, in terms of commerce and rule, is where the circle is. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And so now, you have outside of that, and which I'm just going to do with some scribbles. This is the shanty town. Okay. So while many of the businesses may be closed, in the city, you're going to have this ring of lights going around it, which you kind of have right here. And then in the middle of the city, you're going to have an area which is the political basis and other stuff like that is built up a little bit, and that's where your towers are going to be. That's where something akin to minarets will also be. You're going to see lights in that concentrated area that is higher than the walls, but everything else may be a little bit dark. So as you view the water, you're going to see the blackness of the water behind, and then probably a little bit of a dark strip, and then a mound of light, and then a dark strip, and then this whole thing that you have already started to illustrate, which is the lights of the shantytown. The lights themselves, actually exactly as you have them now. If you look on the right side, you can see that there's a large swath, a band, and over to the left, not so much. That is actually accurate. The majority of the shantytown is towards the north and northeast of it, as well as all the way down to the south. So the southeast portion of it, where you have minimal lights, is actually incredibly accurate. I think so far you've got a fantastic start on this.
Also, since it's closer to the sunlight, they will be less visible.
Oh, of course, yeah, 100%.
Just
Zero's coming tonight. Good night, Zero. Have a fantastic evening. Sleep well tonight.
So I'm gonna do a super rough thing here, but so the city line will be like I'm making it bigger than it's
Okay.
Yeah. So it's gonna be like peeking up. No, all right, hold on. If it peaks up right here, that looks like, and then slows out like that.
Something like that. However, the peak itself is not going to be as broad. It's going to be much more narrow because we're looking at a grouping of buildings. Yeah, well, that's right there. You
like
look
that, but
right-
much smaller.
Yes, much smaller. But yeah, you are looking at something that from where you are, you can move that grouping a little bit to the south. Yep, right there, and that would be
Okay.
the center. That would be the where the focus is. Yeah, that looks great.
Yes. Okay.
Oh
Awesome.
yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
All right. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna take that layer away, and then I know kind of what to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Calf, thank you for clipping that. That's gonna be. I'm definitely enjoying the.
What did Calf clip this time?
He clipped my reaction to the commercial.
Oh, you would be a great reactioner YouTuber.
Only if it has something. No, that's not my thing. But I would definitely have a reaction for that.
Oh, I saw a great reaction on was this guy. I don't know what rock he lives under, but he had never heard Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
What? Really?
Yes. Yeah. So he puts on headphones. He got a high quality video and sound. You know, he puts on his headphones and and he's just mind blown. And he's like, "Who's this guy singing?" And then that's the first one, and then I see like tons of Queen reaction movies from him after that, and now he's a hardcore Queen fan.
Well, hell yeah. I mean, it's I have to admit, I can listen to Queen pretty much all day. After a while, it kind of wears on me, but those hits are fucking amazing.
Yeah, no.
But then again, I get tired of listening to the same band for hours and hours and hours. Even Maiden, which happens to be one of my favorites, Iron Maiden.
Yeah, no, but it's like that with everything though. But,
Yep.
But if you never heard Queens before and then you start off with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
oh, it's
yeah,
freaking
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I think that's the best reaction video I have seen on anything.
By the way, I want to say, looks like PopFad, you're heading out. So if so, have a great one. Love you, man. Take care.
If I know Potchfad correctly, he is just hardcore lurking.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
that's some.
Yeah, both he and I, we're lurkers, and we understand each other.
I do have to lurk. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Fair.
Yeah, I know this guy. He's good.
Alrighty. So we have this area here. Oh man. Alrighty. This is an adventure area that I have to find out more about. Hold on. Doria guys, thank you for all the smiles and laughs. Hey, thank you. I'm happy that you thank you. Leave it at that because I'm kind of awkward. I'm in such a freaking good mood today.
I'm so glad you're in a good mood.
I am. It's today's community is really, really good, and I feed off of that. Lurk.
We need a lurk command on the Nightbot.
So what does the lurk command do?
Okay, so if somebody's doing like that bang lurk, then something happens. Like in my Nightbot, it says that the user tosses a smoke bomb. Poof, it's gone. That's what mine
cool.
says. But
Oh, I like that.
so I think we need one. And also another thing that I have that Maya so very, very nicely helped out with is I have every single one of Geminaro's adventure rules.
Adventure rule? Oh, do you really?
Yeah, so if you do like
that's a
bang
fantastic idea.
2, you get do not touch before checking for traps.
Oh, dude. Can I steal that? I like that.
And I actually talked with Maya about it, that maybe Evindale should have that as well.
Yeah.
And because that would be really fun.
That would be a lot of fun. That'd be fantastic. I'm all for that. Why can't I put... Yes?
The lurk thing Maya asked here, and I'm thinking, what's the thing that rogues do when they... Oh, I know this thing.
They stealth?
Yes! Yeah, if somebody says lurk, then it says username activates stealth. How about that?
Yeah, we could do that. Is there... hold on! All right, go ahead. What do you got?
I'm just reading the chat that Joy says that user rolled a nat 20 and disappears before your eyes. That is a good one too.
I like that. I was going to see if Nightbot allows for random numbers, and if it does allow for random numbers, can we have in rolls a blah and attempt stealth? But I kind of like that, just signing off with everyone being awesome and having that. Joy, I like that idea. Yeah, rolled a nat 20, disappears before your eyes. User stealths, rolls a nat 20. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
I like that too. I really do.
That's a very good one. Okay, I'm gonna change up the music here because we've had a city going on now for a couple of hours. Let's see if we have anything else here.
We need some planes, like Winds of the Plains or something, because I'm working on planes.
So this is a a port city, which is what Cultrek is.
That is very true. It
at
is.
night.
Ooh, at night.
It is at night, so this kind of works.
I feel like Cultrek is kind of the New York City of Evindale.
100%. Yeah, you would think Avar is. Avar is absolutely the jewel of the West. Cultrek is just this massive. It's a civilization unto itself. Again, it's the only city in the entire country. They put all their effort into that, and that's where the majority of the people live. So if you want to ever invade Cultrek, you need to take over the city. It's impossible. You could walk right through it. But
It's like invading New York. It's like
yeah, you would have to take over all of Manhattan or like all of Los Angeles or all of Toronto. Yeah, it just is not.
yeah. Good luck with that, man. It's like-
Yeah, not gonna happen. Okay, I want to fill in these.
Okay. So is that enough? You feel?
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, or should I have it a little bit? Should it be more?
Well, the real trick here is to identify it as a city. So how would you do that?
I'm gonna add some more lights in there. I'm just working on the skyline.
Oh, okay. Then I didn't catch exactly what you're asking.
Okay. Does the skyline look okay? If I'm gonna take away the lights, then no, that's not lights. If I take away the lights, is that good enough of a skyline, or should I kind of stretch it out a little bit more?
Oh, I would say make it more pronounced, and it shouldn't necessarily blend in. So these walls are well. You know what though? At that distance, would you actually notice a difference between like a 40-foot wall and the surrounding area? Probably not.
Yeah,
So yeah, no, that would be fine.
If I mean,
Yeah.
a
Oh,
little bit
geez,
bigger.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
think
like
this
that.
would be cool.
I like that a lot. Wow, that
I think
actually.
I like it too.
Yeah. Now we
That
just
too.
and you would have wow. Now turn on the lights. Flick
Turn
the
on the
power.
lights.
Flick the power switch. All
And
right,
I'm
so
gonna put the lights into a little bit further up with the buildings as well.
okay,
of
well
course.
here's something for you. So from this perspective, it looks like that some of the closest of lights are actually miles away from the city.
Yeah. The lights are just to give you a little idea of the thoughts behind the lights, because I just put them in there to have something, you know. But if I do like calm them down a little bit in the front.
No. I'm thinking here. Try this, for example. Undo what you did. I'm curious about this. Let's see if this works. So here's the trick. We need to be able to convey that as you get closer to this, this area here closest to the wall is going to appear like a very well lit area because all of the lights are very close together. Those that are closer to you or closer to the viewer would be a little bit more spread out. So as opposed to just this uniform dispersion of light, we would see a closer a greater concentration of it closer to the city walls.
Yeah, that's true. If I do
So that's what that switch does.
like that.
So Joy's asking, would there be reflection on the bottom horizon of the walls? The walls are made of stone. So, and you're looking at in game terms, the diameter of the light of, let's say, a torch or a lantern, which is what the majority of this would be, is only about 20 feet. So even then, it would only, to your point, yeah, it would illuminate the bottom half of the wall. So you might see, depending upon how well lit that is, you might see a band of light going across, thus illustrating the bottom of the wall. But would you notice that from 36 miles away?
So
that's the real question here.
So if I I need to cover up some stuff here, but
There we go. What are you thinking of doing? What are you thinking of doing?
I'm just adding a little bit of highlights.
Okay.
Just to see how that looks with since Joy mentioned it, and I'm really thinking about that myself as well, Joy. So it's that maybe there will be some highlights. So how's that?
Let me see. Oh, wow. Are you talking?
No, you're fine, Joy. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, Joy. This is exactly what we do. I was commenting before on how the community on this thing works. It's everyone, please chime in. This is welcome because this is how we learn. It also provides a much different perspective than what we may have. So this is great.
Yeah, and also I was thinking the similar thing. So great minds and all that, Joy.
Yeah, seriously, it's a community project. So please continue. I like the reflection. Yeah, so you have here the morning sun is reflecting on the buildings.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I was thinking, so now this is of course, as always, come on, do it again. I'm gonna add the same type of reflection around on the rocks here, you know, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you get the
that's
glow and everything.
and it marries the two. Yeah, wow. I'm curious
Yeah.
how this is gonna look.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Looks
some
really good.
of the reflection on the planes and all that. Morgenstemning.
Morgenstemning.
Morgenstemning. It's a great piece by Edward Grieg.
What am I looking at?
It's just a piece of classical music that I'm trying to keep in my head while I'm painting this.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't. Oh, all right.
Yeah, Maya knows. Everybody knows how to learn how to play that in school on
In Norway.
in Norway. Would you call this flute that everybody plays in school?
Clarinet.
Not clarinet. Blockflöte. Maya, help me out. Blockflöte. Yes, recorder.
Oh, yes, of
Yes,
course.
yeah, we play it on recorders.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how everybody learns how to play it on a recorder. It's mandatory.
Mandatory. Okay.
Yes, and I don't think it's copyrighted, so I think you can even play it on stream if you so wish.
So it just may be just a classical piece that has fallen into the public domain. Got
Yes.
it. Oh, those poor teachers.
Yes, those poor teachers. But with a proper symphony orchestra, it's a very beautiful piece when it's not done on recorders by fourth graders.
Okay, fair. Totally fair. Joy says our local country school teaches all children from grades K to 8 the violin.
Oh, that is so cool.
That's fantastic. That's man. I wish we did that over here in New York. No, we don't do that much. We don't have that kind of centralized thing. All right. Let's see here. How are we looking? Okay, and then we have this whole area
I don't know
here.
about you, but I look great.
You look great.
I look great.
You look fantastic. Was that a question?
I'm also shy.
Yes. Well, yeah, we do know that. It's a beautiful piece, but kids are usually not great on recorders. Okay, that's fair. And Joy continues, we are blessed being in the country that we don't have to deal with the big city budget and boundaries of the school boards as much. And there you go.
Oh, that is so good.
Was it like charter schools out there? I don't know I don't even know what hemisphere of the planet you're on. So, but you said K through 8, so I'm thinking that you're at least in North America. No, it's a public school. Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
Oh, that just sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I have a violin. I should really start
Oh, so you're in Canada. Good.
with the violin.
All right. I want to get some more trees and villages and other stuff in here. Where are the borders for this? I can't tell if that is loud or what. Okay. What's that?
It sounds okay from my end.
Yeah, we have a slightly different mix. Oh man, I'm hot. Hold on, turn mine down. Check. There we go. Check. Okay, cool. Wait. So we are pathways here. Turn on. All right. Wow. Okay. So I've got all that to do. All right. Here we go. Let's dive in. One kind of tree at first. These pines are going to be up here. Let's get this going. Whoa, a little bit too big. There we go. Oop, not in the water, Steve.
Can you get wet?
Yeah, apparently there are some pines that grow in lakes. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Is it the famous
Lake pine?
pine?
It
Lake
is the lake
pine?
pine. Yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
famous lake pine. Yeah, it's,
Is that where you find the deep sea moose?
that's exactly where you find the deep sea moose. How did you know?
Because it's an urban legend in my family.
Is it really the deep
Yes,
sea
it
moose?
is. Yeah, it's so. Yeah, have I never told about the deep sea moose?
I don't.
legend?
I don't think you have, honey.
It
no.
is it's a family legend.
Is it?
It's
What can you tell us about this?
okay. So the deep sea moose, Maya knows the legend, but Maya knows everything about me. It is two types. You got the saltwater and the freshwater moose.
Okay, that's awesome.
And it is it's living in the deepest part of the water
Okay.
in the south of Norway.
Okay.
Yes, and sometimes it has webbed antlers.
Webbed antlers.
Webbed antlers.
Okay.
And when you're out canoeing or kayaking, you can sometimes hear it go with its antlers underneath your
Under the boat?
yeah, under the boat.
That's horrific.
That's the so the story how this came about
I'm
is-
curious.
is that I'm from the south of Norway and we do a lot of water activities, you know.
Mhm.
And my uncle was telling these stories about the deep sea moose, and then we're out kayaking, and there's branches and twigs, you know, in the water,
Of course.
and then it's like, and then he's like, shh. We need to be quiet because there might be a deep sea moose in this area. We're in his territory.
Oh man. Oh.
And then
dude.
kayaking over all these branches, and you hear the sound like. And then he's like, he's scraping his antlers on the bottom of the boat.
He's horrible. I love him.
This is my uncle who's telling he's the storyteller uncle.
Yes, yeah, you've told me about him.
Yes,
Okay.
it's him who did that. So my poor sister had nightmares about this for years.
TB?
No, Janne.
Yeah, no,
And-
okay.
Yeah, and one of my cousins as well. You know, nightmares is
Of course.
really hard and awful. Yeah, but it's so funny. So now it's this urban legend in my family, and we're talking about the deep sea moose, and we keep telling it to new family members. You know, it's so funny. It is great. It's yeah.
That is funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I love my family. You know, it's like every family, like you good things, bad things. This is for sure one of the very good things.
Yeah, 100%. Of course.
So yeah, the deep sea moose, and I have promised that at some point I should illustrate the deep sea moose.
Oh, of course.
Yes, that's how we do it.
Are you going to tell your family that you're going to illustrate it and then have them watch it as you do so?
I will for sure let them know what's going on. You know, my favorite artist, Theodor Kittelsen, that I talked about before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has a beautiful piece of one of the Norwegian fairy tales with a white horse, and it's a old folklore, Nøkken, and he's a fantasy figure that can recreate himself into a beautiful white stallion.
Okay.
And he will appear as a tame stallion walking around in the woods and lure young men to get on his back to ride him, you know.
Okay.
And but the thing is that the moment you get on the back of the stallion, you are not able to get off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he will bring you back to his pool where he lives and drown you, and yeah, you know
Yep.
how it goes. So And there's a beautiful piece of Nukken as a white stallion on the way out of one of his pools, and I want to do a parody and trade out the stallion with a deep sea moose.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So I might do that one day because that would be fun as hell.
Sure. Why not, man?
Yeah. No, urban legends from Norway.
That's a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. I like that.
I might include that character in my help me out here when I do oh gosh, it's so still.
While you're thinking of that, Joy just tossed in there. Joy has heard of similar legends where, instead of taking them back to the pool, you would take inebriated men and lose them in random places.
Oh yeah. That's also a good one. That's also a good one.
Maya, I don't think you need to ask if we want that.
No, just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it.
Oh no, I messed up everything, Steve.
What'd you do?
I drew on the wrong layer. Now I need to. Boo. Okay, fine. That's why everything looked awkward.
Your face is awkward.
Yes, I know. It's super awkward.
Love you.
It's more awkward than usual today.
Oh, that's not fair. That's not true. That's a big ass building. All right, let's have that there.
GM. When I'm GMing, I might get the Nukken, not the deep sea moose because that's wrong to my
Oh, when
family.
you're GMing, you're gonna pop this thing out.
Yeah, I'm probably
Okay.
gonna use it. Yeah, because
That's fun. That's a lot of fun. Sneak attack says Lax. Hey, Lax.
yay!
Welcome back. Oh, Joy! Oh man, Joy's like out there with all these incredible suggestions. Perhaps an underlurk with a perception roll.
Ooh, that's fun.
And
That's fun.
And Malice adds in unlurk rolls nat 1 on stealth and reappears. That's another.
Well, I like both of those ideas. I love both of those.
Yeah. Oh, I like that a lot actually. Hold on. Let's see how this works. Let me turn that off. Let me click here. Do this. Put this up here. Okay. We're gonna have this, and this will be for lurkers returning. Which should we have?
Is it possible to use both?
Of course.
Because then we can. Because if you can use both, and it's a random one, is that possible?
I don't know if it's possible.
Because that would be super cool. That there's a random lurks and unlurks.
I don't know. I don't know if you can have random stuff in Nightbot. I don't know. It's a possibility. Okay. Lax is saying that. All right. So Lax has been lurking this entire time. So Lax's appearance is actually a sneak attack.
I like that. I like that.
And perhaps a welcome command. You know what? I don't need to put out a poll. You guys are just you take care of this. This is friggin' awesome. We don't need to have just one. To your point, that's a great idea.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a ton of different ones. That would be so much fun.
Oh hell yeah! Why not? I like that. Okay, so let me put a town in here with a thingy over here. Let me turn that around. That works. We will put a tower or lighthouse or something like that.
Are we going on until
6:30? So we have
Yes.
about a half an hour or so.
Brr?
About a half an hour or so. Yes. I'm just laying in all these towns and stuff and things. I think I shall put a keep here because there needs to be a keep here. There we go. And I think I shall put that keep and manor house on a hill. There we go. Now let's have a hill in this region. Smurfthariah appears from the shadows. Why? Were they stealthing this whole time? That's great. Oh, that's fantastic. Lax says, let me do some investigation. I know someone that had a random Nightbot like rate me command. Where Knight but randomly insult or compliment you. Where Knight would randomly insult or compliment you. That's That's really cool. So, Joy, do you play? You play any of the games? Oh, jeez. That's a lot of hill. Let's have this be over here. All right, cool. So you play 5e. Awesome. How long have you been playing, if you don't mind? And you are a player or a GM or what's up? Okay, and I know I have wanted to create, where are you? Some hills and stuff over here. Hills over here. And some hilly stuff's over here. Yeah. So I got back into it a year ago to teach the kids. Fantastic. You are a older player. I'm 53. I'm turning 54 this year. So, but you tried out of Rift's Palladium in your late 20s. Wow, Palladium. That's a yeesh. Maya says, all right. So Maya just put in bang unlurk. Smart to Maya rolls a natural one on their stealth check and stumbles into our mist. Nobody saw that, right? Oh, yes! Oh, that's fantastic. That was perfect. Are you playing Rifts up until last year? No shit. Oh, Lou, I didn't know you played Rifts, man. Or did I know? I think you told me. Yeah. You played some Heroes, etc. Okay. Palladium Rifts. Holy shit. Wow. Oh, that's right. Palladium is Rifts. Rift/Palladium. Okay. I am so out of the loop. I played Rifts once. This was a long time ago. We just did a Humblewood campaign. I don't... Oh, is Humblewood... Wasn't that a Kickstarter? Wasn't that... That was like anthropomorphic creatures, wasn't it? Can you educate me on this?
Don't look at me.
No, I know. It's a Birdfolk Kickstarter. Okay. Thank you. Fantastic. I'm glad to see that took off. I got wind of it, saw it, and was like, holy crap, that's pretty cool. It was that Malice. Is that do you have played Rollmaster or? Also has jar beans and other stuff. So yes, cool. Oh my God, Rollmaster, so many tables. Oh yeah, that's what they call it. It's like it should actually be ROLLMASTER. Okay, this is going up here. That kind of works. Let's get some foothills into this area. This hilly regions, more hills. There we go. Okay, cool. A little bit over here. You love the exploding crits, though. Oh man. You are a rabbit druid who just got an ice blade that has turned her into a winter white rabbit in the Disney era fashion, or Disney Elsa fashion. Fantastic. Rabbit druid! It's awesome. Oh man, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, I'm gonna need to add in a path here. So yeah, 28 minutes, Mira.
Okay.
Let me get this up here. We definitely want to have something here. Oh noes, get back. So this is our main gate here. Okay, we will come up through the hills. We will have some go west, or go east rather.
Ooh, the hills are light with sound of music.
What?
It's just the music just like completely popped up while you were the hills.
Alright, we're gonna have this come up all the way. Why anybody would ever travel on land when there are boats that take you this far north, I don't know. But
you're a dwarf.
It's fair, very fair. Yeah, that's a truism. And then through the marshes of southern Nuviris, come up through here, and boom, to the capital. Boom, capital.
Boom, snowball.
Boom, snowball. I really like that guy. That's just so much fun.
Oh, I was gonna tell you.
Yeah.
So you know my friend Tony?
Maybe. Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay.
Yes. I gave him a little shout out, and yesterday on my stream, or the day before, whenever it was, Seamus the Insulter.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
And which everybody should check out. Shameless the Insulter.
Okay.
But he has been, this is a thing I know about him. He has been forever and ever. Monk has been his favorite class to play.
Oh, yes.
All types of role play and all that. Like, even back when the monk sucked, he would make a monk.
Okay.
Yeah. So of course I had to tell him about my monk Tiki Thistlетooth.
Ah, awesome. Yes.
Yeah, so I sent him a text. I just sent him a text. I was like, okay, I think I made accidentally a very genius character. And I explained that with a razor tooth goblin, you get bite attacks. And with a bite attack, since that's an unarmed attack, you can use it as a flurry of blows, which means you have a flurry of bites. And since bites has a d6 damage instead of d4, that fist has a d4 and it fights like d6. You got more damage done, and you get a rabid little creature, and it's funny as fuck. And I was like, I sent the message, I saw that he saw it, and he called me immediately. and I by the way, it was Malice who got me on this. I don't want to credit what credit's due.
Okay.
And I was like, oh hey, and he was like, first of all, are you how are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm doing fine. Okay, so tell me more about this monk of yours.
That's awesome.
And I was like, and I just gave him some rundown, and he's like, well, I'm not sure if he would allow. He was like, I'm not sure if I would allow that. I was like, well, I'm not breaking any rules. This is me making a monk following all the rules. And he's like, what? Well, fuck yeah, go for it, make it. And I said, yeah, well, I've already tested it out in game. It is super fun. It is really brutal, and he's like, oh, this is great. And he said, yeah, I had to call you. You're not allowed to get me aroused like that without giving me all the details.
So the only stipulation I would have is that the teeth would have to. All right. So first off, with flurry of blows, the presumption is that you have two limbs, and you are able to go very, very fast. With a mouth, you only have one mouth. So I could not see. I mean, it would be a trade-off. You only have one mouth or two fists, but they both do the same amount of damage. This way, you can describe and customize what the effect is, but I would say that you would not be able to do more damage, because otherwise, why would I play anything else other than something with teeth?
Yeah, well, I'd never encountered this before, you know. So.
Walter, you only have one jaw. You have a mandible and a whatchamacallit. But there's still only one jaw, right? You only have one mouth.
Yeah.
I mean.
But yeah, this
right?
yeah. What I'm kind of like thinking is that it's that with a flurry of bites, as a goblin, you kind of like grab somebody, and you know how you climb a rope by taking, and then, you know, hands, and then pull your feet up, and then pull that, you know. But instead, you kind of use your entire body and use your face to, like, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Climb.
So you're turning him into a corn cob.
Yes.
Or a cob of corn. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. You're just like. Yeah. No, I get it. I totally get the visual. It still doesn't mean you get to do more damage. Yeah, it's still, I mean, you have to go, again, why would you choose a character that doesn't have teeth if at the exact same level and all other things are equal, one does more damage than the other?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. This needs to be modified. I agree with you, but it's it needs to be modified.
Oh, 100%. I really love the customization behind it.
Yeah, I mean, there's trade-offs, because you're more squishy as a goblin, you know, it's...
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a see right there. Now that is a valid thing. That all right. So do goblin monks, have they created this system of? I would say yeah. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't have had something like that. I think that works.
Yeah,
it
it's
totally works.
I didn't think that goblin monks would be a very good combination. I thought I did it solely out of the humor. I just want to humor it. That was
Right.
the reason I did it. You know, I just want to humor. But when I got a little bit into it, I was like, you know, this is actually pretty clever.
And
You really squishy. It's like one hit and I'm down.
yeah, no, I heard you.
Yeah.
It's saying Rollmaster is the only city where you can critically fail a door, opening a door and die. Joy says you do it if you are a cob of corn. Walter is saying many little bites. Amalisa is saying no, her bite does more damage due to heritage. Okay. Lou is saying, well, more damage because it's multiple attacks, not more damage due to each individual bite. So that's that's where I'm thinking is that you have a single attack coming through with a fist and a flurry of blows. So the whole thing here is that a flurry of blows isn't. You make 2 attacks. If they both succeed, then you combine their damage into 1 for purposes of damage reduction. So this way, if I do 5 points and 4 points, that's 9 points. And let's say something has like a damage reduction of a 2. You're not subtracting 2 from each of the attacks, but instead you're only subtracting it once from the group of attacks. So it doesn't. So therefore, would flurry of blows, does it state? I don't believe it states what kind of natural weapon can be used. In other words, does it have to be a fist? So if that's the case, and you do naturally get a bite attack, can you have 2 attacks with teeth? Yes. Can you have 2 attacks with fists? Yes. So yeah, I suppose you could use any natural attack just twice, and I think the multiple attack penalties continue to exist. So off the top of my head, yeah, I suppose it would do more damage. That's right, because the damage is not being caused by flurry of blows. Flurry of blows simply allows you to combine your attacks into 1 for purposes of damage. Huh? Yeah. And yeah, I guess it would work.
Yeah. Tony and I spent like 45 minutes nerding out over monks on the phone. That was pretty fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, he's pretty decent on nunchucks too, so if you get like.
Does he ever watch you play?
No, I don't think he has, but he might do now. I might if I bring out Tiki again, I'm gonna let him know. I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna send him a test to be like, Tony, I am bringing out Tiki Tisseltooth. If you want to watch me in monk action, here's the address.
All right, so I've got to ask you,
Yeah.
Tua or Tiki?
Tua.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Tua is my favorite. It's like Tiki is fun. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Tiki is great, but Tua I feel I have a relationship with.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's totally fair. All right, now I have to put in a town over here.
Oh, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty happy. I still need to work on the planes, but
I don't have that there. Okay. Where's is this the Mutfia map? Oh boy. The Mutfia. This is the Mutfia map right here. Oh boy.
hey, Steve,
Yeah?
have a look at this.
1 second, honey. I'm looking
Okay.
at something right now. I will look at it in a moment. Where's... Damn it. I'm looking for the name of a town. I have a friggin' town somewhere. All right, I'll find it in a second. Let me look at yours. Okay, what am I looking at?
I added in some reflections on the foreground on the rocks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I worked on the skylight more, so
Okay.
yeah. Or the sky. I still need planes in the middle, but I feel I got this one down pretty fast.
Yeah, I would say so. I think it looks fantastic. I'd like to see a little bit, maybe a little bit more reflection of the sun off of the buildings, so the buildings really stand out, especially those taller ones.
I can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can do that.
I think it looks good. Yeah, you don't need my approval. I think it looks really good.
I mean, I'm looking for opinions.
Okay.
You know,
Well, there you go. I gave you my opinion.
Thank you.
Let's see. I'm still looking for a... Where the hell is it? Damn it. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Where is... There is a map that contains the name of there's towns on the side of Lake Vardesh over there. And I'm trying to find a freaking map where I had originally put them. This is pissing me off. Where is it? Well, let's just look for JPEGs in a folder. Oi! Let's see what we got. Okay. Wow. Man, there's so many friggin' maps here. This is one of the reasons why it takes so damn long to really put together a Cultrek map, because I've been playing this world for decades, and I created so many maps that are so different. There are so many player handouts that have like information, like this, for example. Or like this, for example. There's maps that are just like everywhere, or handouts that contain so much information. Sometimes they're all written in foreign languages or ciphers that I've created, and now I have to undecipher like this kind of crap. Jesus, like things like that, or like this. This is here you go. This is actually the recipe to the beginning of the universe. It's an actual formula of the. These are the various formulas that you can have the Cultrek helix placed into to create certain things. Anyway, Joy, with regrets, you need to log off and get ready to TPK. Fantastic. Joy, it has been an absolute pleasure. I look forward to having you back over here. Looking forward to having you join our little community here. So thank you so much. And absolutely return, chair. And we also want to hear about your games as well, please. Getting ready to TPK.
Oh, that is great.
That's fantastic. Take care, Joy. Bye-bye.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yes, absolutely. 15 minutes. Mira.
Save.
15 minutes. Save. Oh, definitely save.
Yeah.
Thank you. Definitely save.
Let's fucking save.
Oh, man. Okay, where's...
I'm very happy with this.
Good.
Yeah, the stars is all fucked up, but we deal with that later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, man. I am finding stuff. Holy crap! I forgot about this.
Are you finding old shit?
Yeah, this is an example of one of my maps that I have for campaigns. Something I designed in Photoshop. This is wow! I forgot about this map. Holy crap! This was for. Oh, dude! Oh man, I remember what campaign this was. Oh, I may have to run that one. Not gonna let you. Spoilers.
No, don't tell me about it in case I need
Neighbors,
to play it.
I mean, seriously, take a look at this. This is like I've gotten into some really heavy-duty map making in the past. Okay, where's dude?
Oh,
What's up?
the one with the underwater, or is it underwater water? No, underground water.
No screenshot, Lou. No screenshot. Damn it.
Screenshot. Clip it.
Bastard. I know. No, I'm going to take down this VOD immediately. Lou's probably committed it to memory by now. That's funny. Hey, Lou, you want to see the original Karathanan, the Tower of Karathanan, where you guys were? There it is. This was where you guys fought in, yeah. That's the Tuesday night. That was the closer of season 2 was this. I found this piece of art, not anything I did or anything. I don't know who the artist is. But definitely they would get credit for it. I saw that, freaking loved it. Okay, where's... Oi, I am looking for mapsy things, maps and maps. Where the crystals were? Yeah. Yeah, that was the original one. I simplified it for the purposes of the campaign, but that was it, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine having seen that? If I were a player, I would have shit myself. There's also, and you guys haven't really come across this yet, but this is a a type of creature known as a craven. I don't know. I believe this is a latex mask. But I came across this thing, absolutely friggin' loved it. And with a little bit of modification, this would be a creature which is found in the depths of Jotunheim down below. They are eyeless. Their flabby skin covers their eyes, or where their eyes would be. They're a subterranean creature that overtakes you by just sheer numbers. It's just, yeah. Anyway, I'm still looking for that one map. Oh, man. Yeah, you guys don't... yeah, it looks like it will work as a mask. Yeah, it really does. It's like I want some of that. I think the reason why I have mask photos in here is actually because of LARP. We've had that. Wow, I am coming across some really, really old things here that I really want to show you, but I can't because Lou's going to take screenshots.
Because Lou's going to take screenshots. That is so funny.
Here's more handouts. Oh, shit. I'm going to have to reuse some of this. I don't want this stuff to go to waste.
Oh, I found this. I found a place that I think should be in Evindale somewhere.
Oh, well.
I think it is in Oregon. The Painted Hills, the Painted Mountains.
It's in Oregon?
Oregon.
Oh, it's in Oregon. Oh, thank God you said that. I was like, what?
Well, it could be in Oregon.
Look at this deadly spleen.
Deadly spleen.
And if you can pronounce its true name, Twaddenham, then... All right, what do you got?
I'm going to put it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see what you got. Spoilers. Holy crap. Painted Mountains. What is this? Wait, what is this? Where is that?
I think it's in Oregon. Isn't it beautiful?
Well, it says here, Zhengyi Zhangxi, a landform in Guangzhou, China.
Oh, it's okay. Totally. Never mind me. I just thought it were really cool. And
Oregon, China.
Yeah.
Same thing. Holy crap! Yeah, that's the Zhangyi National Geopark. Look at this is, dude.
Isn't that cool?
Dude, what is that? What is that? Holy shit balls! That's friggin' amazing.
Yeah, so I was just thinking this should be somewhere in, or at least something similar.
Seriously?
Yeah, I vote.
Well, I mean, it's certainly entirely possible. I mean, not everything has to exist on this one continent, though. There's a whole other continent that can be explored, which may be the subject of the new Friday night campaign coming up. I don't yet know. Yeah, I haven't yet decided how that's going to pan out.
Have you picked players for a new Friday campaign?
Nope. The Friday campaign tonight at 8 p.m. Going to write up the sign up for it. Mm-hmm. And then everyone has until Wednesday evening Eastern to join, at which point then I will announce who's going to be in the party. And this is going to be, there's a difference between I'm sorry, you were talking about the campaign.
Yes.
I'm now referring to the one shot. I apologize. We are talking about two different things here. Mm-hmm. I don't yet know who's going to be in the Friday night campaign as a complete party. I have certain individuals who have been invited.
Cool.
So yeah, and now I have one confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
One confirmation. And others, I want to see who's going to be in Friday night campaign, in the Friday night one shot, and we will go from there.
Cool.
Yeah, it's so many more factors than whether or not they're a fantastic player. It also comes down to what is their streaming setup. You know, are they good quality camera or what have you? The audio quality. There's one thing that I've learned about streaming is that, by and large, I'm still looking for a friggin' map over here. By and large, people listen, not necessarily always watch, but they will listen. They will have the stream on in the background. So that's kind of the thing. Johnny said, I had a wonderful time with that one shot. Steve, thank you so much for adding me to that one. Yes, absolutely. It was an absolute pleasure to have you play again, man. Absolutely a pleasure.
It's so much fun with that.
Where the hell is that friggin' map? Svesti. Wow, this is a close-up of where Nesris lives, including the lake in front of his tower. Look at that. The place just even friggin' looks evil. It has like tendrils of darkness leaking out of the damn thing. All new players. Yeah, exactly, Lou. It's not going to be any repeats from Tuesday. So if you play on Tuesday, you're automatically disqualified.
Automatically disqualified.
Yeah, because I want. Well, there's a reason for that. It's absolutely a reason for that. So if you, well, you said Egwin. Egwin won't even be there.
Not even Egwin gets to play.
Not even Egwin gets to play. There's a reason for that. So if we paid attention to the last Friday night one shot, the players found out after the game had ended that it had all taken place in the year 5830 in the Fourth Age, which is the exact same year that the Tuesday campaign was taking place in. Furthermore, they found out that their actions affected the timeline, and that the timeline is actually shared with the folks in Tuesday. Therefore, the Friday campaign and the Tuesday campaign are running concurrent and can, in fact, run into each other for a single game with a lot of players in the future.
Oh, I like where you're going with this.
So that's why you cannot be in both. So the Tuesday and the Friday night campaign are going to be in the same world, same timeline, and potentially, because we're talking about world-affecting plots and stuff like that, or like regional stuff, they may start off in a completely different section of the world. But there's always the possibility that they will run into each other.
I like that. That's actually super fun.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lou had meant, well, you meant new from the Friday night one-shotters. Yes. The upcoming Friday night game is going to take place in Mutvia. It will be a horror story, and it will feature all new players potentially. I have to see who signs up. Roland wants to meet Geminara. Yeah, that kind of stuff is totally a possibility. Walter, thank you so much for joining. I see here that you had time to cook yourself some shellfish. Girlfriend and son are out of town. They are both allergic. Oh, man. Have a fantastic night, Walter. And thank you so much for joining us here today. And hopefully we'll see you again. Take care, buddy. Yeah, Lou. So the combined campaigns, that's something that, remember I mentioned the con earlier in the stream. That's something that we've done. 4 minutes, Mira.
Okay.
Something that I've done in the past was to have all right, so the story behind Evindale, which took place, I want to say, in 2013 or so. It was I had been running 6 games a month, and it got pared down to 3. But the storyline for all 6 of these games was the same. And it was the very event, the Evindale culminated in the very thing that caused that tear in space-time that you guys in Chronicles of the Five then picked up on. So all of the games in Evindale are kind of linked to one another, but there's so much shit going on that it's not always very apparent. So now you have a new concept for a character. Yeah, so Tony, the Friday night Mutvia game, which you're most likely going to play in, because you said that you're now available, and we've been trying to get you in the game for a while. The Friday night campaign is going to be a Mutvia campaign. It's going to be filled with horror. This is a story that has been touched on before in private campaigns, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with it. And Lou, yeah, crossover game would be fun. Yeah, it's all the same world. That's the one luxury that we do have here, and this channel really is about exploring this fantasy world and all the creations surrounding it, including from you folks. So all of these stories all come together at some point. Okay, where the hell is this frickin' village? I'm still looking for it. Damn it, this is really pissing me off that I cannot find this one friggin' map. Is this what it? Oh wow, I didn't even realize I had ending stream thingies. Tiki, do not bite Jaffe.
It depends how Tiki and Jaffe's getting along. I think it should be fine. I think it should be fine.
Wait a second. Hold on. You just need to get Mad Mimic's permission. What do you need? What do you need Madeline's permission for? Are you doing something that? Oh, you have a new concept for a character.
Oh, are you gonna play her boyfriend?
Her boyfriend. Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Oh! Maya added in, bang, heroic code for adventuring rules from Geminar's heroic code. Type exclamation point plus one of these numbers. 1, 2, 3, 9, 11, 34, 62, 126, 136, 360, 422, 470, 628, 712, 978, 1768, and 2709. Bang 712. Always carry a grappling hook and rope. Number 1, don't die. Oh shit. Number 2, don't touch before you check for traps, also known as rule number 2. Rule number 3, be ready to die for what is right. I suddenly have a brand new love for this channel that I've never had before, and it was already pretty severe. Maya, that is fucking fantastic. Holy crap.
I have the same on my channel.
This is amazing. Number 11, wash your goat only on Saturdays. Did we make 200? I don't know. You know what? Let me see. Let me see if we made 200. Or if we're still at 197. It's loading. Nope, we still only have 197. No one else has followed. No, we haven't done it yet. I believe that was Mira's idea. It was fantastic, Maya. Number 470. Always give credit where credit is due. That's fantastic. So no, we still need 3 more followers. 3 more. But it is now 6:30. That means it is dinner time and date night between Mira and myself.
Yay.
So yes, save your work.
Yeah, I'm almost done. Almost. Okay.
So maybe.
Okay. What you think? What you think before we leave?
Okay. Hold on. What did you do?
I added some stuff to the planes. It's like I'm trying to like collect things.
Oh, hills.
Yes.
Actually, so here's a neat little challenge for you. Since you were higher in elevation, you can be looking down on a forest, which is immediately in front of these hills. So you can start adding in a little bit of a forest there that fades off into the distance before we then see the plains and then
that's a
pick
good
up
idea.
the city.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That looks really good. All right. Well, guys, we're going to end the stream. Thank you so much for joining us today. This was a lot of fun. I need to drink more coffee so I'm as awake as you guys. Man, you guys are a hell of a lot of fun. I absolutely am honored to have you all here as part of Evindale. And it's just amazing, the stories that we can all tell together. So never stop playing make-believe. Dare to suck and fuck your fears, guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. So good night, Evindale. Have a great one. Bye.
Bye.
Those credits should be changed. Tony P is a monarch, not a noble. That should have been changed. Sorry, guys.